companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey, Troy D here for my friends at Villa Verde. If you know me, you know I love being outside, but finding a good place to eat outside can sometimes be tough. Well, our pals at Villa Verde have fixed that. Not only does Villa Verde have awesome, unique, one-of-a-kind dishes here in Greenville, they also have a brand new outside dining area. And this outside area is sweet. It's covered, you're in the shade, and cooling fans are on. Enjoy the comfort and relaxation of dining outside with our friends at Villa Verde. Villa Verde on 10th Street, a platform for good.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, a wave of refreshment. Crafted using our unique Brew Pure process. Made pure. Nothing tastes like White Claw Hard Seltzer.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, available in 5 fruit flavors, 2 grams of carbs, gluten-free, and 100 calories. Find it at whiteclaw.com. White Claw Hard Seltzer, nothing tastes quite like it. Proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage. Please drink responsibly.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those. But anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
Sawyer's Fun Park is now open in Greenville. This state-of-the-art 40,000 square foot facility features a 2-story LED interactive laser tag, a one-of-a-kind 2-story ninja course, a ropes course with a 180-degree zip line, and it's only one of 5 in the country that are indoors. Multiple climbing walls, a super cool arcade with 40-plus games, and a brand-new full-service cafe and bar for adults. Visit the brand-new Sawyer's Fun Park, now open, located right behind ARU on Corey Road, Greenville.
Wait up. Papa John's has a new stuffed crust. Oh, we did it. All our tweets, DMs, and carrier pigeons worked. This ain't just stuffed crust. This is Papa John's crust. Stuffed.
Hey, Pirate fans, order the new Epic Stuffed Crust one-topping pizza for only $12. And now you can have the stuffed crust as an add-on to any large hand-tossed pizza. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Ahoy, mateys! To keep those cars clean, you need the Pirates Cove Fast Pass.
Greenville's original express car wash is now offering a fast pass for as low as $19.99. That's one pass, 4 locations, and unlimited washes. Visit us in Greenville on Fire Tower Road, Memorial Drive, and East 10th Street, and also in New Bern on Glen Burnie Road. And by popular demand, Pirates Cove on Fire Tower Road is now offering interior cleaning.
So we have you surrounded. Pirates Cove, the official car wash partner of ECU Athletics.
This is Mark Truex Jr., and as a NASCAR Cup Series champion, I love one-stop shopping. When I need fresh tires or fuel during a race, my pit crew takes care of everything. Off the track, I have an auto owner's independent agent. They handle all my insurance in one place: car, home, life, and business. Get your own pit crew and find a local agency with auto owner's insurance.
This is Norm Bryant with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
You can paint this with purple.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Hello and welcome in to a Wednesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios, coming to you today on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We are online, PR927FM.com. You can find us on the AM stations, 1250, 930, and also watch the program on Facebook Live and on YouTube. And we got a lot of guests and topics to get to on today's show. We'll have the rundown coming up in moments and get you up to date on what's going on with former Pirates playing minor league baseball and current Pirates playing summer league baseball. I'll have an update on that. Also coming up later on this hour, the voice Jeff Charles joins us. We'll talk about what's going on in the world of sports. Also, Jeff's entry into the wrestling business, where the voice was in the ring recently. We will tell you why, and he'll detail that experience. So we'll have a fun conversation with Jeff Charles coming up later on this hour. At 4 o'clock, for the first time officially, we will talk to the play-by-play voice of the Tulane Green Wave, Corey Gloor. That is really weird to say. We will continue our ECU football opponent previews, and we'll find out what Corey has learned thus far about the Tulane Green Wave, who have played good football since Willie Fritz has been there. They have had the Pirates' number. We'll see what they have to offer coming up this year on the football field, and we'll preview Tulane. We will also be previewing the UCF Knights with my good pal Marc Daniels, play-by-play voice of the UCF Knights. He's been there a long time. He's seen some coaching changes recently, with Scott Frost going to Nebraska, Josh Heupel to Tennessee, Gus Malzahn in. What is the approval rating amongst the Knight fan base when it comes to Gus Malzahn? We'll talk about that. All the weapons he has to work with on the offensive side of the ball, how they're going to clean up the defense a little bit, and more with Marc Daniels coming up in hour number 2. So we got a Tulane and UCF preview today as we continue to go down the Pirate schedule. And former Pirate Bryce Williams will join us inside the Pirate Radio studios coming up in the 5 o'clock hour. So those are the guests on today's show. And some of the topics we'll hit. We'll also hear from you. You can chime in on Facebook Live or Twitter. Send me a tweet at Tweeting Clip, at Tweeting Charles, and at Chan PR927. You can find us there and chime in on what is going on your mind. All right, let me welcome in Shirley and Chandler. Hello, folks.
What's up, Clipper?
Hey, Chandler. Hey, Shirley.
Hello, Clip.
Shirley, you're getting a little inky over there.
I'm getting a little inky. What do you mean?
It's just a lot of ink, a lot of tats.
A lot of tats?
Yeah.
You like my tats?
You are. Hey, look, get your tats out of my face. Trying to do a show here. But no, you don't have a sleeve or anything, but you do have a lot going on in the arms.
I do. I got 3 new ones this year, and that's typically not my normal operation as far as tattoos go. Because I will sit on an idea for a couple years and decide where I want to put it, how I want to do it, when I'm going to do it. But this year, I kind of went a different complete route. One was a spur of the moment one, and the other 2 were ones that I had been thinking about, but had never really decided when I was going to do it. And I decided, you know what, I'm just going to do it now.
My body is a temple. I do not have any ink on my body.
Me neither.
Chandler.
Yeah, well, my body is a temple, and I like to decorate. So,
Chandler, what would if you were to get a tattoo? What would it be?
I don't know. A face of Clip Brock on my ass.
You've never thought about it?
No.
Really?
My mom's a big tattoo. She's got a bunch of tattoos, but they're like small tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
So but like I don't know if it's crazy because a lot of mothers are like, don't get tattoos. My mom, on the other hand, is like, when are you going to get a tattoo? I think this tattoo will look nice on your arm, or this and that. So my mom's like a different breed from other mothers.
Yeah, my mom didn't want me to have tattoos, and she has quite a few, and I was like, well, that's
If you keep it up, Shirley, this time next year you'll look like Birdman. The former
No,
basketball
no,
player.
no, no, no. I wouldn't go that far.
Not the rapper, but Chris Anderson you were speaking of.
Yeah, no, I would never go that far. That's a little much.
I don't come from a tattoo family, but our neighbor growing up was in the Navy, and he had he had a tattoo of an anchor, which was like cool, and also a mermaid, which I thought was really cool on his arm.
Oh yeah.
And like,
if I do get one, I want it to be like significant to something in my life.
get like a skull or something, ECU related,
Absolutely.
something like that. Be pretty
Well,
cool.
Of course,
I mean,
the State of Mind logo, but like that's a Shane Carden thing, and
Yeah, well, I mean, all of mine have some sort of significant value to me. So even if it's spur of the moment, it's something that is significant to me.
The Pirate Radio one is outstanding.
The Pirate Radio one is probably one of the cool
kind.
It is one of a kind. It is, and as far as I know, I am the only one that has it.
If you have a Pirate Radio tattoo of the logo, please show us and share it.
Guess what? Tomorrow,
you may need to fix it because I still want to be the only one that has it.
Well, too bad, because tomorrow I'm going to go get that.
Yeah, good luck with that because I hope you have a high pain tolerance.
Oh yeah,
I'm going to say he doesn't.
Because I'm telling you, to get it done here with the thickness that you have to have with the ink,
I might want to get it on the other arm. I've got a scar here from when I broke my arm in middle school.
Yeah, you can still tattoo.
How did you break your arm?
Well, the first time was
fell off the jungle gym.
No, the first time I was wrestling a shark. No, I'm just kidding. Was that supposed
to be funny?
Wait. Oh, shoot. I don't have that.
Was that supposed to be funny?
Yeah.
Thank you, Molly.
No, the first time I was playing football in middle school and broke my arm, was in a cast for 3 months. 5 months to the day, I was in gym class playing basketball and fell and landed on that arm again, and it snapped. And people that were in that gym that day still tell me to this day that it sounded like a shotgun went off. I broke it in the same spot that I did 5 months to the day. So that time I had surgery in like a week, and now I have 2 plates and 14 screws in there.
That's why we're talking about sports instead of playing sports.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Too many broken arms. All right, there is not a lot going on
Dr. Stoppage!
in the sports world, which is why we started with tattoos and arm breakings. But there is some baseball going on. We'll get to MLB in a moment. But Shirley Rhodes, we have not had a minor league / summer league update in a long time. One thing is consistent from the last time you gave one of these updates, and that is Alec Burleson
swinging dingers.
Swinging dingers cannot stop mashing the baseball.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, he was 3 for 4 last night. Unfortunately, the Cardinals lost. They took on the Frisco Rough Riders and they walked it off in the 9th inning. The final was 7-6, but Alec was on fire. He was 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs, including that grand slam in the game.
Chandler, do you have the tweet from the minor league team? Could you read that for us, and if you can pull that up, please?
Yeah.
Shirley, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, and I do have a stat to consider.
Stat to consider.
Alec is tied for 4th place in all of the minors.
Wow.
With 16 home runs. His batting average right now is a not too shabby 306. So,
and we were talking yesterday about Igo was kind of comparing him to Thomas Francisco, the way they can hit, all fields and, and the swings. And again, I don't remember thinking of Burley as a power guy coming out of East Carolina. He could hit home runs, but the way he's doing it at the minor league level is incredible. Tied for 4th amongst all minor league players.
All minor league players with 16 home runs. And I was looking at his stats today because, as a matter of fact, Chandler and I were both, because we were just trying to figure out how many hits he has.
It seems like every night he's getting at least one.
Yeah, like he at least legs out a single somewhere in the game, and he has a total of 65 hits in 100 and some odd games total for the season.
At
that
bats,
includes,
you mean?
Yeah, I'm sorry, at bats, and that includes his time with Peoria, and then of course his time with I keep wanting to say San Francisco, and it's not Springfield Cardinals. But Alec has been doing very well. His strikeout ratio needs a little work.
So he's like a major leaguer. He strikes out or hits home runs.
Yeah, pretty
That's
much.
what baseball is right now.
Yeah.
Call him up right now.
Well, I mean, I really think that at some point they're going to have to call him up to AAA because I mean he's really gotten the hang of that. The AA pitchers. He's really starting to hit the ball and see the ball well. Move him up to AAA. Give him that call.
I did not take over the Springfield Cardinals Twitter account last night, but some dad joke guy did. Let's hear this awful wordplay that I love, Chandler. This is the tweet last night.
So the Springfield Cardinals, after Alec Burleson's grand salami, they tweet out Grand Slamison for the leadison from Alec Burleson.
I mean,
Jesus Christ.
Well, that tells you too that he's hitting too many home runs. They've ran out of things to say.
That's
so
true.
They've gone to the bottom of the barrel with Grand Slamison. Maybe we should keep that going here on Pirate Radio Live. What do you think?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
Is that supposed to be funny?
Was that supposed to be funny?
Was
that supposed to be funny? You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Yeah.
Grand Slamison for the leadison. That wouldn't really. For the leadison.
L-E-A-D.
No, we don't agree.
L-E-A-D-E-S-O-N.
The leadison. All right, that's what Burley.
And that was when they were trailing 5-2, and they took the lead 6-5.
Leadison.
In the
The
top of the
leadison.
eighth.
That's right. I'm sorry.
All right, Shirley, son.
In the top of the eighth, son.
Wax on. What's on?
What else is going on with our minor leaguers?
Not a whole lot. There's a lot of teams that have the night off today, and some did not play yesterday, so I don't have a whole lot of stats. Do have one from some Pirates that are playing in Summer League. In the Cal Ripken League, Josh Groves plays for the Bethesda Big Train, and he had a... wait, you got to get Chandler to say it.
Sorry, Chandler.
Wait, hold on. I actually forgot how I said it.
I know. You said it so wrong now. I can't even remember. Bethesda.
I said Bethesda.
No, you didn't. No, you did not.
I said Bethesda.
No, that is the correct to say.
That's the correct way?
Yeah.
Well, see, I don't know how to say it.
I think it was Bethesda.
No, I think it was Bethesda. Something like that, but
Bethesda,
it was way wrong.
And Shirley corrected him immediately. I said, no, Shirley, don't correct him. We need to hear this on the air. Sorry, Chandler. But
yes, it's the Bethesda Big Train, and I'm glad I didn't flub that.
Come on, ride the train.
But they played the Alexandria Aces last night. They won 14-2. Josh Groves had a great outing. He pitched 4 innings, allowed 2 hits, no runs, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. So pretty solid outing for Josh Groves. And pretty much that's all I've been able to find because unfortunately a lot of these summer leagues, they don't update their website very well. And if you think it's hard to get stats and find stats on players for the minors, try some of these summer league websites because they are very difficult to track down stats for them.
We will talk first half of the Major League Baseball season, ECU baseball, and Summer League Baseball Thursday when Malcolm Gray joins us on the show. Maybe you'll have some updates for us.
All right, yes. Malcolm can probably give us way more because I don't know how he's able to keep up with the stats. I'd love to know where he gets them from because I have had trouble trying to keep up with because I have my list. My list is right here.
You have the list.
The list is right here.
Hard to find numbers to put with those names.
Yeah, because when you go to their website, not as good.
All right, there is that. All right, number 2 on the rundown today says ECU helmet cart. What the hell is that? Well, earlier today, and Chandler we've talked about this in the past, he loves watching old highlights, and they can be as random as like Tracy McGrady's 2007 season.
I watched Ken Griffey Jr. highlights yesterday.
Yeah, just like random stuff.
Last night I watched Michael Vick highlights, and this is kind of how this led to today's search.
Okay.
Which was, I was trying to find the...
we got good news?
We have good news from a place that we haven't heard from in a while.
Oh, could that be Minji's Coliseum?
Could that be ECU men's basketball news? Noise. Stephen Igo just tweeted out 30 seconds ago, ECU has announced the signing of South Carolina transfer Alonzo Frank, a 6'8 forward who played in 57 games the last 3 seasons with the Gamecocks. He will join Winston Tabbs from Boston College and Vance Jackson from Arkansas. In this year's incoming transfer class, we finally have news for men's basketball.
Love some ECU basketball news. It has been crickets, radio silence, but Alonzo Frink, F-R-I-N-K. When you
Why
said
does
it,
that
it
name
sounded
sound
like
familiar to me?
I don't know any Frinks.
I don't know.
I know some freaks, but no Frinks.
I don't know.
Alonzo Frink joining Winston Tabbs and Vance Jackson, Vance Refrigeration, who will be coming in to the Pirate program this year. All right, some basketball news. I like
Awesome.
it. All right, Chandler, back to you.
But no, last night I was watching some Michael Vick highlights, and that kind of reminded me of the battle between Michael Vick and David Garrard back in, I believe, 2000 when Virginia Tech visited East Carolina.
What reoccurring Pirate Radio Live guest did I go to that game with?
No, sorry.
Terry Rozier?
No.
Which game was that again?
ECU, Virginia Tech, Thursday night, Michael Vick.
It's a regular guest on the show?
Yep.
I go.
Every week. No, I didn't know him then. He was probably like
Bryce Williams?
3 years old. Nah, he's a lot younger than me, too. Somebody that is my age that's on every week. And his name...
Well, it ain't me.
Mike
It was not Shirley. It was not Mully. It was Tony Dunn.
Oh,
wow.
Okay.
All right, back to you,
Cool
Chandler.
deal. But so
Let's see how
that,
many
Cool,
times
neat story.
we can interrupt Chandler during this story.
I wonder what's going to be breaking next.
What about a story?
But anyway, so that reminded me of the David Garrard versus Michael Vick battle in 2000 at Dowdy Ficklin Stadium, a primetime game.
Wasn't much of a battle.
And so I looked it up, but instead of seeing that, which I never did see, I've seen the video on YouTube somewhere, but I did see ECU versus Virginia Tech in Dowdy Ficklin Stadium in 1992.
Shirley, hit the good news music.
Oh, wait, hang on.
I got an update, Chandler. Sorry to interrupt you. We'll get right back to your story.
No problem.
ECU men's basketball has tweeted out the full signing class for 2021-22.
Woo!
It includes Alonzo Frink, Vance Jackson, Marlon Leston, Jaquan Scott, Javon Small, and Winston Tabbs. Not only is Stephen Igo putting out basketball news, the actual basketball team is putting out basketball news. We will have a team in 2021.
What about a team, Clip?
22. We got a team. We got a full starting five. We got a bench. And the Pirates are ready to begin their quest to the NCAA tournament.
You're that team, pal.
You are that team, pal.
You are that team.
You are that team. Chandler, back to you.
So, but anyway, so I found the 1992 contest was between the Pirates and Hokies. And on the call, of course, was Jeff Charles. Brian Bailey was on the sidelines. And while Brian Bailey was giving a report on the sidelines, we saw this somewhat weird, strange motor vehicle riding around on the ECU football fields, on Bagwell Field. It was a huge ECU helmet cart.
It is a cart with a giant ECU helmet on top of some surface, and it is riding around, and it is freaking awesome.
And me and you, me and you looked at each other and were like, man, that is so awesome.
We stopped what we were doing. We turned. We looked at one another.
And we said, we have to bring it back. We've got to bring it back. And guess what? We're not going to bring it back.
It is really cool. As somebody got a lot of responses to this, Alan Thomas said that was actually Brian Bailey. Alan Thomas said this was actually Brian Bailey's life-size helmet.
Jeez.
Come on. Is that supposed to be funny?
That's supposed to be funny.
Well said. Mark.
Whoop.
Nope.
Was that supposed to be funny?
Toby says best caller on the fifth quarter call-in show the week prior should get to drive the helmet car or ride shotgun with Clip. Shirley says we should bring it back only if I'm driving it. We got a lot of comments on this, and
what was the one that I think it was Steve Hill that said whoever
the first caller that doesn't ask Clip how he's doing, should be able to drive it. Will, who is a State fan, says, I think it was a government mandate in the 80s and 90s that every college and pro team had to have a helmet cart. That was like a thing of the times. Why did we go away from that? It is so cool to see that giant helmet just scooting around the field.
Well, and if you look at the video, look how close that helmet comes to, like, ramming the wall.
It's headed straight for it. It's got a face mask out in front of it.
Yeah,
so
I mean, your depth
factor
perception.
that in.
Yeah, your depth perception is way off on that thing, but look how close it gets to the wall. I was like, it's going to... That's why I thought the video had when it swiped from Bailey to the cart, I thought that was the reason why the video existed, was the cart was going to hit the wall.
It was headed right for it, made a nice quick turn behind the end zone. Bring back the helmet cart. Bring back Buck, the Great Dane.
Yes.
Bring back the helmet cart. What are we doing?
Yep. Do we not agree?
We all agree.
We all agree.
Bring it back.
And beside Jeff Charles on that call was Willie Lanier.
I'm going to ask Jeff when we talk to him in a moment if he remembers the Hall of Famer that he was calling the game with. Do you think he'll remember?
I'm sure he will.
You know he will.
All right. Okay.
He remembers everything else. He remembers like small, obscure things from Major League Baseball from like 1972.
He's got a story about everything. We'll move along. I did not watch the All-Star game last night. Did you?
I was too busy being at the movie theaters for the first time in almost 3 years.
What'd you watch?
I watched the new Purge movie, Forever Purge, and it was very good.
Okay. There's Chan's movie review.
I played Bunko last night, and as I was leaving Atavola, I happened to look up and saw that the All-Star game was on, saw how hideous the uniforms were, and I was like, pass.
Yeah, I agree.
Went home.
Yeah, uniforms were garbage.
Because, I mean, it took me a minute to figure out what was written on them. Because the way it was written, like their team logo was like right on top of it, and I was like, "What is that?"
Looks really dumb.
I still see that they're doing the in-game interviews. Do we like that?
I don't mind it.
I don't know.
I mean, Tatis was mic'd up when Vlad Jr. hit that monster home run, and his reaction was pretty cool.
Vlad Jr., the MVP of the All-Star game last night.
I think he hit a 472-foot home run.
He hit a bomb.
Night.
The pitcher's reaction was great, too. I did see that.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, that's gone.
Bad pitch. All right, so there's baseball. Baseball will return Thursday night with only one game. Red Sox-Yankees.
Yeah,
Thursday night.
Orioles will be back in action coming up on Friday night. We'll have all of those games for you coming up starting Friday night. I believe it's 7 o'clock. Did you see that Manfred is discussing some rule changes? Possibly. Well, he wants to get rid of the 7-inning.
They're going to change the changes.
Yeah, they're going to change the changes. But also there's a potential to ban the shift. And I
disagree with that. If you want to line up your guys a certain way, you should be able to do it.
Well, and that's my thing. I mean, he apparently the reasoning behind that was to return the game to a more traditional, I guess, way of playing baseball. But I'm like, if you play baseball, anybody knows, what do you do when a left-handed batter comes up to the plate and you're playing outfield? What do you do?
Well,
you shift to the
move
left.
Over. You
shift to the left.
Odds are that he's going to pull it rather than hit it to the other side.
So there's a natural, Do you
put chalk on the field and say, if you're this position, you can't go outside these borders? How are they going to do it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, but I just think that, as much as people say, oh, the shift looks weird, you know what? Do like my high school coach used to tell me all the time, hit it where they ain't.
Yeah.
And if they ain't at shortstop, you hit it to shortstop.
Lyndall Clark Honeycutt says, put Buck in the helmet cart.
I agree.
Do we not agree?
Do we not agree?
We all agree.
Do we not agree?
All right, we got a couple other things to hit, but we got to get to the voice. So,
okay.
We need to take a timeout.
Take a timeout first?
Yeah, let's do that. Jeff Charles will join us. We will talk about NBA Finals when we have time. Also, Chandler has a bear story for us regarding a bear.
Hey, boo-boo.
We'll have the bear story later on in the show as well. More to go on Pirate Radio Live here on a Wednesday. We're back with you after this.
Hello, this is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now's the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage at historically low rates. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250, Equal Housing Lender.
Down East Wood Ducks baseball is back. Come out Saturday, July 17th for the Collard Green Jersey Giveaway, presented by Down East Heating and Air Conditioning. Free to the first 1,000 fans. We'll see you at Granger Stadium when the gates open at 5 and first pitch is at 6. Be sure to purchase your game tickets in advance at woodducksbaseball.com or by calling Wood Ducks offices at 252-686-5164. Go Woodies! Weekends are made for A.J. McMurphy's. Start your Sunday fun day at A.J.'s. A.J.'s is now serving brunch from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and a build-your-own Bloody Mary bar. Enjoy your weekend with live music on Friday night and Saturday night with no cover charge. And you can catch all of the MLB and ECU baseball action on A.J.'s TVs. See you this weekend at A.J. McMurphy's, Turnberry Square at Bell's Fork, and on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show. Hosts Mark Greenhelge and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're gonna love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
Safety comes first at Greenville Utilities. Did you know that by itself, natural gas is completely odorless? As a safety precaution, a chemical is added to the gas that gives it a distinctive and unpleasant odor. This allows you to detect the slightest amount of natural gas both indoors and outdoors. If you smell a strong odor of natural gas in or near your home, you should immediately call Greenville Utilities. GUC maintains staff around the clock in order to provide immediate response to emergencies such as natural gas leaks. You can count on GUC to keep safety job number one.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Look for Sparky Snowballs location at the Food Truck Rodeo on the corner of Evans Street and Fire Tower Road, and remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
This is Stephen Igo. You've heard from me plenty on Pirate Radio Live and perhaps have read some of my work on hoistthecolors.net. Now get an extension of our in-depth coverage on the Hoist the Colors podcast. From game previews to immediate post-game analysis to emergency podcasts for breaking news, we've got you covered. A cast of guest co-hosts from fans, former coaches, and other writers join me for 2 podcasts weekly to break down all things ECU athletics. Subscribe to Hoist the Colors now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
Pirate Radio.
It's going to change. I promise you. As I stand here, it will change. Okay, and when it does, that stadium, it's going to be rocking, and heaven help whoever walks in there to play us.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The best place in Greenville to unwind after work and have fun is A.J. McMurphy's. A.J.'s has daily food and drink specials and an awesome patio, perfect for some outdoor dining. There's something for everyone every weeknight, including sports trivia with our very own Clip Brock. AJ's has live music every Friday and Saturday, of course, with no cover charge, and brunch every Sunday. Make today an AJ's day. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, I have 30 questions compiled for tonight's round of sports trivia that we will be kicking off at 8 o'clock at A.J. McMurphy's. Come on out, have some good food, good times, and enjoy some sports trivia. We'll be checking out the NBA Finals tonight, and whatever else is on TV. I don't think a lot's going on this day where there's no baseball. Not a lot happening, but we will be watching hoops and playing trivia tonight at 8 o'clock. All right, let's head out to the Fixed NC Live line and welcome in the voice of the Pirates, Jeff Charles. He joins us today on Pirate Radio Live. Jeff, how you doing?
Cliff, I'm doing great, and I know the Pirate baseball players who got selected are doing really well, too. Boy, how good was it to see these guys all get picked?
Gavin Williams, round 1. Connor Norby, round 2. And yesterday we heard the name Thomas Francisco. Some good landing spots. How about the Cardinals, Jeff? They love themselves some ECU baseball. Thomas Francisco now joins Alec Burleson, Evan Krasinski, and Chris Holba in that organization. The Cardinals like what the Pirates and Cliff Godwin do.
Yeah, they really do. And then you go back before that, Cliff, and of course Seth Maness was certainly a member of the St. Louis Cardinals, made the big league club. So, yeah, you're right. There's certainly a connection there between the Cardinals and East Carolina Pirate baseball. And you ask baseball people down through the years, one of the classiest organizations, one of the best-run organizations in all of Major League Baseball has been the St. Louis Cardinals, with certainly a great tradition, a great fan base, that whole Midwest area around St. Louis. That's really Cardinals territory, Cardinals country. I mean, folks drive in on the weekends, especially from like a 4 or 5 state area, to watch the Cardinals, and they've always had like the largest radio network in Major League Baseball because of that, because they have such a great appeal, throughout the Midwest in that area of the country. So, yeah, all those guys are going to a great organization, and we certainly wish the guys going into the Cardinal organization the best, and all the guys, of course, that were drafted the best as well.
Yeah, 3 Pirates hearing their name called during the 20-round 2021 MLB draft. Jeff, I want to start here with a trivia question for you. I love trivia. Sports trivia at AJ's tonight, 8 o'clock. Come on out. We'll have a good time tonight. Watch the NBA Finals and play some trivia at AJ McMurphy's. Jeff, this is a Jeff Charles trivia question. Earlier today, Chandler was watching some old ECU games on YouTube in here, and he pulled up a 1992 game against Virginia Tech. It was in Dowdy Ficklin Stadium, and Jeff Charles was on the TV call with the NFL Pro Football Hall of Famer. Do you know who that Hall of Fame color analyst was that day, Jeff, that you called the game with? Do you recall?
I certainly do. Yeah, it was Willie Lanier.
There you go. Good call.
Yeah, Willie Lanier. Yeah, he was a great linebacker for the Kansas City Chiefs, and Willie retired to Richmond. I'm trying to remember the story now, Cliff, as to how I got hooked up with him. I think it was through, at the time, Creative Sports. They were doing a lot of television at the time, and they had a roster of guys, and someone, I believe the late Dan Shoemaker, may have recommended Willie to me, and we got on the phone, and Willie was living in Richmond, and he drove down, actually came to UBE, and was on our Pirate Preview show. I guess maybe the only NFL Hall of Famer that's ever been in UB for Pirate Preview, probably. But Willie was there, and he was very nice, and we did the game. And I remember it well.
And Jeff Chandler was asking then about TV coverage for football, and man, you could write a book, you could do a whole 30 for 30 on how much TV has changed within sports and broadcasting college football and college basketball, and local TV coverage versus the national coverage you see now. That has changed leaps and bounds, just like everything has over your career, right, Jeff?
Oh, there's no doubt about that, Cliff. And I think you and I maybe have talked about this before, but when I grew up in the dark ages in the 60s in Ohio State was just as big then, of course, as it is now. And they were never on television. You would see Ohio State on TV one time a year when they played the Rose Bowl. They'd play USC usually, or maybe even UCLA or Washington back in the day. And that's the only time you'd see the Ohio State Buckeyes on TV. Now, I used to watch the Woody Hayes show, which was on TV in Columbus. The legendary coach of the Buckeyes was on. In fact, they did that show late on Saturday nights, if I recall correctly. I mean, the game's, of course, on Saturday, and then they would have the coach's show like at 11:30 on Saturday night. But as far as any actual live play-by-play action of Ohio State football, there just really was not such a thing. And everybody listened to the games on Saturdays on the radio, and they had a great radio network, a huge network. Everybody in the state of Ohio, that's what's so interesting about that state, Cliff. I mean, Cincinnati's had their moments, obviously. and they're really good right now. But it's still, in the state of Ohio State really is the only game in town for the entire state. I mean, like in Michigan, you got Michigan State. And Alabama, you got Alabama, and you've got Auburn. But in Ohio, I mean, it's Ohio State from one end to the other, from the east side of the state to the west, to the north to the south. And everywhere you go, in every little nook and cranny, you see Ohio State banners, and you see Ohio State signs everywhere. And, you know, it's a state of about 11 million people, so you've got that built-in fan base in the entire state. So, yeah, you didn't see him back then. In fact, Cliff, you didn't see college football hardly at all until you got to, you know, those selected 2 or 3 or 4 bowl games that were big at the end of the year. But you're right, it all changed in the early 80s is when it all started to change. And then, of course, now you can find games somewhere on TV, as we all know.
Yep, they're either there or streaming, which is now taking over for sports as well. Jeff Charles joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Jeff will continue our ECU football opponent previews later on this afternoon with the new play-by-play voice of the Tulane Green Wave, Corey Gloor. We'll talk about Willie Fritz and his team, and also interested to talk to Marc Daniels today. Jeff, he's been at UCF for a while, and he's seen some coaching changes here quite a few times over the last few years, with Josh Heupel out now. Before that, it was Scott Frost, and Gus Malzahn finds himself in Orlando with all of that talent on the offensive side of the ball. Stephen Igo said yesterday he even brought in some reinforcements from Auburn, and they should hit the ground running. We'll see, Jeff, if they can contend with Cincinnati in year one. I'd give them a shot to do that, but that does remain to be seen. Interested to hear Mark's take on Gus.
Yeah, well, I think the hiring universally was applauded by everybody, Cliff, because let's face it, this guy's got a great track record, and he's going to a place where you can win that has a lot of resources. And that's the way I look at the season coming up. I think Cincinnati is 1, and UCF's probably 1A. Right now, I don't know who you would pick third in the American. There are some other good football teams, but I think those two are clearly the 2 best teams in the conference. And, yeah, it's scary to think with all the talent they have there and all the talent they can get at UCF and in Orlando and throughout the state of Florida with a guy like Gus Malzahn, who is an offensive guy. It's scary to think how good they could be on offense. Now, they're going to have to stop people as well, but that's a good hire. I think it's a good fit for him. He's a little bit on the rebound as far as his career is concerned, and we've talked about this oftentimes, Cliff. Coaches have to be real careful as to where they go, because they can either go to a place and jumpstart their career or have a place where, you know, they can continue to climb the ladder moving up as a young coach. If you make the wrong decision and you go somewhere where you can't win, well, oftentimes you never hear about that guy again. So for Gus Malzahn, where he is in this stage of his career, I think it's a really good fit for him. I think it's a really good fit for UCF, and they're going to be a power to be reckoned with in the AAC. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, Jeff, you made me think of Gus Malzahn, who's not necessarily an up-and-comer and you know, has been in the SEC. It reminded me of Les Miles and him choosing Kansas. Now, there's some behind-the-scenes stuff with Les Miles as well, but just on the football field itself, going to Kansas, maybe not the best career path for him to get back into a big-time job, but this one feels different with Gus Malzahn. He could win there. I think Stephen Igo made a good point yesterday that either way, he probably won't be at UCF very long. If he flames out, he'll be gone, and if he wins, he'll probably move on to another SEC gig or another Power 5 gig, but may not be there for the longest amount of time.
Well, we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. I mean, one would think that he will win at UCF, and then, again, you have to be careful, as I mentioned, Cliff, going to a Power 5 school. I mean, there are a lot of Power 5 schools that don't win. So, and a lot of times, those are the jobs that open up. So you got to be careful on where you're going to land as a coach. But if he wins there, he'll have a great opportunity to get back to a Power 5 job and to a good program. Very few times do you go into a situation as a coach, a place where it's very, very difficult to win, and then go in there and win big. Now, one of the exceptions in the last few years has been Iowa State. Iowa State's doormat for years until the last few years. And look what Matt Campbell's been able to do out there. There were probably a lot of people that told him he was a young and up-and-coming coach, you may remember, from Toledo, and they probably told him, hey, you better be really careful if you go out there. They don't have much of a track record, and he's done a great job, and they've started to win and win pretty big out there. So that's the exception rather than the rule. Oftentimes, these jobs are so tough, and that's why you've heard me say, Clip, that Tulane is now, very respectable and going to bowl games, and that's a great testament to what Willie Fritz has done as a head coach there, because that's a tough place to win, and he's gotten them, at least in the middle of the pack in the league and going to bowl games and winning about 7 games a year. So, hats off to him. Sometimes guys are able to do that, but most of the time, these schools that have track records of having a difficult time winning, it doesn't really matter who the coach is coming in. He usually just falls in line with the guy that was before him or the guy that was even before him. And there are some tough jobs out there, and coaches have to be careful.
I looked it up to remind myself, Jeff, as you were talking there, where Iowa State finished last year. They were 10th in the final rankings. Indiana 11, Northwestern 14. Now, Pat Fitzgerald's done an awesome job there at Northwestern, one of the longest tenured coaches now in college football, and it looks like he's going to be around there for a long time. But to see those 3 teams that kind of, when you say these schools that sometimes no matter who they hire, just can't find success. And we'll see if 2020 was just an anomaly flash in the pan, but it doesn't feel that way for Iowa State, like you mentioned, for Northwestern really either. And we'll see what Indiana brings to the table in 2021.
Well, you're exactly right, Cliff, and those are 3 great examples. Indiana football for years and years, my goodness, they were terrible. And my friend Don Fisher, who has been the voice of the Indiana Hoosiers for many, many years, I think Donna knows, I don't know, maybe 44, 45 years as the voice of the Indiana Hoosiers. He's seen some bad football and some terrible, 1-11, 2-10 kind of years, year after year after year. But, Tom Allen's done a heck of a job. And the thing with Indiana football, it's such a basketball state, Clip.
Yeah.
That there's really not great football talent in the state. I mean, there are some players, but, it's certainly not Ohio, Texas, or Florida. So they've got to go out of state. They get a few players every year from the Hoosier State, but, they've got to go into neighboring states. And, the way things are now, it's a Big Ten school, so, you can dip into the South or maybe out west to get some skilled guys. But that guy's he's another one who's done a wonderful job. I don't know how long that can be sustained winning there. It's been very difficult for them to do that over the years. And what's interesting, Cliff, and I drove by their stadium last year, and I maybe mentioned this before, but their stadium in Bloomington looks almost exactly like Lane Stadium at Virginia Tech. Really before Virginia Tech renovated it. I think it was the same architects built Lane Stadium and also built the stadium in Bloomington right around the same time. So those 2 stadiums almost look like carbon copies of each other.
Jeff Charles joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Looking forward to talking more college football with Jeff as we get closer to the season. Also, we'll talk some with Corey Gloor and also Mark Daniels later today. Talk Tulane and UCF football right here on Pirate Radio Live. Jeff, let's get to hoops. Let's get your take on the NBA Finals, Game 4 tonight. Milwaukee takes care of business at home after losing the first 2 in Phoenix. They'll try to win at home tonight. Giannis has been amazing with 40 points in the last 2 games. We'll see what he has for another encore tonight. What's your take on this series and on Game 4 coming up tonight?
Well, the take on Game 4 in a best-of-7 series is always the most critical game in the series, no matter what. So that's what it is tonight, Cliff. I mean, if Phoenix can win on the road in Milwaukee and go up 3-1, the Bucks are in big-time trouble. But if Milwaukee can win at home and even it up at 2-2, then it's a brand-new series. So Game 4s in best-of-7 series are always key. So we'll see if Milwaukee has enough at home to win. I picked Phoenix to win it. I'm still going to stick with Phoenix. Milwaukee could win tonight. I don't think there's any doubt about that playing at home, and they've got a great home court advantage. But those fans are passionate there, and they've got a great home court atmosphere. Same is true in Phoenix, but Milwaukee, that crowd is really on fire. So it's going to be a great basketball game. And thinking about Giannis the other day and how he's kind of revolutionized the center position, if you want to say he is a center or a power forward or whatever he is, but a guy that size plays a lot different than guys did in the past with their back to the basket, or some big guys today who still play with their back to the basket. He's a guy that, as you know, drives to the basket so often, has the ball in his hands so much, brings the ball up the court, and just attacks the basket. Kind of a little bit like the way Jaden Gardner played at ECU, out on the perimeter and facing up and driving to the basket. Giannis, of course, does that. He's going to have to, get his shots. I mean, if he gets right around 35 to 40 and 16 to 20 rebounds, then Milwaukee will probably win the game again tonight. But they need that kind of production out of him. And I love to watch Phoenix's offense, Clip. I mean, their ball movement is great, and they've got so many shooters. And if those guys are on knocking down threes, they can win the game tonight and go up 3-1. So it's going to be a fun game. Looking forward to it tonight. Should be a real fun game.
Yeah, expecting a better performance from Devin Booker tonight for the Phoenix Suns. And kind of interesting, Jeff, that we are talking and singing the praises of Giannis and just one of the many international talents in the NBA, and at the same time, Team USA really struggling. They did win last night. They knocked off Argentina, but that was after losing 2 games in a row to Nigeria and to Australia. So Greg Popovich sleeping a little bit easy after his team picking up a win. But that was a big storyline before last night, Jeff. What was going on with Team USA with all those stars losing back-to-back basketball games before they get ready for the Olympics?
Absolutely. Coach Pop wasn't too happy after the loss, was he?
Not at all.
Not happy with the reporters or with his team. Well, there's a lot of talent on there, and it's great to see Bam Adebayo on that team, an Eastern North Carolina kid. They'll be fine. There's too much talent there. Kevin Durant's one of the premier players in the world. They'll be all right. Sometimes it just takes a while to get used to playing with each other, and a new coach and a new voice and all of that.
Yeah.
I think they'll bounce back and they'll play well.
Jeff, I said yesterday it'd be pretty miserable to have to be the guy to interview Greg Popovich after wins or losses. He doesn't give you much, and we chuckle at it, but it's got to be frustrating for those people asking the questions. And, thinking back over your time, you've had some great coaches to work with. Ruff would give you just about any quote you want. You've had a lot of guys like that. I don't remember it fully, but I have heard that Steve Logan could be interesting to work with at times, whether he was in a giving mood or not when it came to quotes. But how about that, Jeff? Have you worked with guys that after a while you were like, okay, this guy's just not going to give me anything. I'm going to kind of stop trying. How do you go about your job when you're forced with that?
Well, I knew Steve Logan's name was going to come up in the conversation. And I got along with Steve great, and I really like Steve and have great respect for what he did at ECU. But, he's like a lot of coaches. He wasn't always in the greatest of moods, and there were times that he just didn't want to talk or have much to say. But you just have to do the best you can in that situation. You're right, Ruff is one of the all-time favorites for me. He was always so gracious. We've had such wonderful people, and as you mentioned that clip, and I'm sure you guys talked about it last week. We didn't have the opportunity to be on with you last week, but we lost a great man in Eddie Payne a few days ago, and Eddie passed away in Spartanburg. Wasn't quite 70 years old yet. It's a tragic loss, and he left us way too early. And Eddie was just such a great guy and did such a wonderful job at ECU or anywhere he went. He was another one of my favorites to work with, and really, as I look down through my career at ECU, I've really been blessed to work with so many terrific coaches and guys who were really good to work with from day one, going back to when I first came to the Pirates when Art Baker was the coach, and then Bill Lewis was great to work with, and basketball-wise, Mike Steele was the first basketball coach I worked with at ECU, and then Eddie Payne, and then, of course, Joe Dooley, and then right on through. They're just really good people to work with. So I really haven't had a guy that I would say was a jerk, to work with. All the coaches have been good guys to work with, so I've been fortunate with that.
Jeff, and another loss in the wrestling world, a big one this week too, with Paul Orndorff, and I remember watching him. I think when I was coming up watching him, I was probably watching old tapes when they'd show him on ESPN and other networks. I don't know if I ever saw him live per se, but I do remember him back in the late 80s and 90s, and he was known as Mr. Wonderful, and was a great heel in his day. Voice.
Yeah, he was, and you hit the nail on the head, Cliff. He was a great heel. He just had that look of being a real smart-ass kind of a guy, and he had that kind of face, and he really pulled it off. And you know how the wrestling business is. Guys go from heels to baby faces back to heels. He went baby face for a while, but he wasn't really cut out for that. He was more of a heel. And then to hear after his passing, what a good guy that he was, just kind of puts it all in perspective. He was an outstanding college football player. He played at the University of Tampa when they had football and was a really good player. He was a running back. I think I read where he ran for over 2,000 yards in his college football career, and then he had a couple of tryouts in the NFL as a running back and had some knee issues.
Oh, wow. Was drafted by the Saints, I see here, Jeff. That's interesting. Never knew that.
Yeah. And so things didn't quite work out for him because of injuries, but yeah, he was a terrific athlete, and boy, in his prime, he looked the part. He was chiseled, and he had everything going for him. And again, we've talked about it, Cliff. These wrestlers, oftentimes, just don't live long lives. And Paul Orndorff, I think, was 71 years old, which isn't old, but for a wrestler, 71, a lot of guys don't make it to 71. So he had a good life, and the wrestling world will miss him.
Well, Jeff, we'll wrap it up with some wrestling talk. Speaking of wrestling, I saw a picture last week of Jeff Charles in the ring, and we gotta talk about this, Jeff. Tell us about the first wrestling show and what the heck the Voice was doing standing in the ring, looking at some bad guys.
Yeah, inviting the bad guys to come back in the ring for a little bit more. It was the Straight Summer Showdown. It was our first wrestling event to promote, and it was held in Sheboygan, Michigan at the Can Tile Ice Arena. And it was this past Saturday night, UWE's wrestling company that we partner with, and it went wonderful. It really did, Cliff. We had a great crowd. I think I mentioned this to you as we talked about it this summer. We had 26 sponsors on the show. So the business community really responded. The crowd was great. The wrestlers had a terrific time. It was just a good night for the community and for the wrestling organization. And these guys were just really, really good to work with. So, yeah, it was fun. And the owner of the company, a guy named Eric Freedom, who we have had on from the booth, we had Eric on one time, talking about his career. He owns UWE, and he did wrestle in WWF years ago, and he's owned this company now for 19 years. And he and I got together, of course. Actually, we've been planning this for 2 years, and he and I got together then this spring and really started putting the details together. And he said, I want you, talking to me, he said, I want you to be a part of the show. And I was like, I don't know if I really want to do this. So he convinced me after about the third conversation. So we had the classic referee gets knocked out, and he's in the ring, knocked out, and now what are we going to do? And all of a sudden, Eric and his tag team partner, Psychotic Jimmy Blaze, waved me in from the locker room, and I came sprinting as much as my 69-year-old legs will allow me to sprint from the locker room through the curtain into the arena, and then I did my Superman headfirst dive into the ring. 1, 2, 3 count.
Oh, man.
The good guys won, the bad guys got beat, and then the bad guys turned on me at the end. And we had some very heated words and a heated exchange, and everybody went home happy.
Oh, that is unbelievable, Jeff. We got to get some video of this. That is fantastic. And
to you. I have it on video, and I will send it to you.
Oh, man. Cannot wait. When's your next event, Voice?
We're doing one August the 14th.
Okay.
We're doing one in Houghton Lake. Houghton Lake, Michigan is in the middle of the state, about an hour and 40 minutes from Sheboygan. And that show's going to be called Quake at the Lake. And we're going to do it on a Saturday night at a new facility called the Northern Center. And so we're really on our way down there this weekend to start marketing and promoting it. And hopefully we'll have as much success with it as we did with the first one. But it's been a blast for me, Cliff. It just has been so much fun. I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed it. And we had friends come up from Florida and North Carolina. Big Guy Maloney from the Pirate Club. He and Lori came up, and
oh wow,
they were in the crowd.
Oh, cool.
So we're just having a ball with it. We really are.
That's great. I might check it out Friday night for the first time in like a year and a half almost. WWE is going to have a live crowd. They are out of the bubble and the Thunderdome that they created. So wrestling, Jeff, like a lot of sports, but especially wrestling for me, it's tough for me to get into when you hear the echoes of the mat bouncing. But when there's a live crowd and it gets hyped up, it really gets me into it. So I know you had a great crowd there for your event. I might check it out Friday night on TV now that the crowd's back.
Yeah, I think, professional wrestling's all about the noise, Cliff. As I was sitting there the other night, of course, I've watched it for years, but the ring, if you have a good ring, which these guys have, and when the guys, you slam a guy who weighs 300 pounds, put his back in the ring, and that thing echoes and shakes.
Yeah.
The bumps sound twice as bad as they really are.
Right.
But, part of wrestling really is the noise, and the fans really got into it the other night. In fact, all the wrestlers, in wrestling talk, they talk about getting big pops.
Oh yeah.
They were telling me after the matches back in the locker room, man, we got a bunch of pops tonight.
I love the crowd pop. Absolutely.
Yeah, they were really, really pleased with it. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's been great. It's really been a great experience. And I've learned a lot, Cliff. I've learned a lot about the wrestling business and how to put a show on, and so it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's really cool, Jeff. Good luck with that. Keep up the great work, and we'll talk more sports with you as well next week here on Pirate Radio Live.
Okay, Cliff. Thanks so much.
There is the voice, Jeff Charles, joining us here on the Fixed NC Live line, and Jeff having a lot of fun with the wrestling stuff, and hopefully I can get that video and maybe get it out there to people. That would be awesome to see the voice not only promoting and taking care of the behind-the-scenes stuff with this wrestling deal, but also being a part of it, being the Vince McMahon.
Really, it's literally the Vince McMahon of this wrestling organization that he's got going on. And, man, I want to get my hands on that video so bad. And if there was a way that we could watch it live,
yeah, I
would drop anything that I was supposed to be doing and watch it.
Like, that would be an interesting watch-along. Is you two guys watching
Jeff Charles dive into the ring.
Oh, yeah.
He's here! He's here!
Oh, that's the Voices music.
Are you kidding me? You guys would be so hyped.
Would it be the morning drive? The get your motor running.
Yeah.
Is that Jeff's thing?
I don't know. Oh, man. We'll have to ask Jeff next time what his entrance music will be. That'll be pretty cool, though.
As I was talking to Jeff, locked down another guest for Wednesday. We had some basketball news earlier. That means that Friday we're going to be talking to Cy Seymour.
Let's go, baby!
It's going to be Cy Seymour Day Friday.
It's going to be a tough show.
It's going to be a tough show, guys.
Love it.
Cy knows a lot about this incoming group, so we'll talk some hoops with Morgan Ayler's Cy Seymour coming up 5 o'clock Friday on Pirate Radio Live. All right, let's get a break in. We'll come back, talk to a guy who has worked alongside Cy Seymour. Corey Gloor will join us on the Fixed NC Live line, along with doing some ECU baseball, of course. He did some Pirate hoops, and he will say hello to us and you and safe when we return on Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday. We'll preview the 2021 Tulane Green Wave football team right after this.
Hey Birdland, experience an Orioles game this season with the convenience and privacy of your very own suite. Choose from an array of options and prices to gather with family and friends or entertain clients. Each suite features climate-controlled interior seating, a private restroom, and comfortable outside seating. Plus, enjoy the best views of Camden Yards. Suites can accommodate 8 to 22 guests. Capacity is limited, so select your dates and purchase tickets now. Learn more about single-game suites at Orioles.com/suites.
A car wash experience like no other is here at the new Tommy's Express. You'll enjoy a gentle belt conveyor ride through our bright, inviting wash as luscious foams and soft cloths treat your car like new. After a final rinse, wax, and blow dry for a beautiful spot-free shine in just about 3 minutes, help yourself to our free vacuums and mat washers. We're Tommy's Express.
Tommy's Express Wash, now open on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road in Greenville.
At U.S. Cellular, we believe everyone should get more of the latest 5G technology for less of your hard-earned money. Right now, everyone can get a free smartphone, whether you're a new customer or not, with no trade-in or hidden fees. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Now that life is returning to normal, we have found a lot of good things that came from the pandemic. One of them is not having to go to the wireless store anymore. The Cellular Warehouse team has been in the business of delivering phones to your home and office for 20 years. People found out about our free delivery service and love the ease of getting a new phone, tablet, or hotspot. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 so you can start experiencing the joy of never going to a wireless store again. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
At Tiebreakers, we admit we have a bit of a problem. People love our wings so much that they're starting to sell their home TVs just so they can watch all the sporting events here at Tiebreakers. Seriously, we're glad you love our hand-breaded, hand-cut boneless wings that much, but we really need you to go home at the end of the night. It's okay, we'll be here tomorrow. And when you come back, bring a friend with you. For great food, great friends, and cold beer, we'll see you at Tiebreakers. Tiebreakers, break the chain, eat local.
Here with Melissa from E&S Hemp Company. Melissa, tell us how your products and services can help people.
Well, for over 2.5 years, the team at E&S Hemp Company has been helping educate our community on the many benefits of our products. Our customers have seen great success dealing with everything from stress, anxiety, fatigue, pain, and PTSD, just to name a few. You can come in today and our staff can help you find the best products for your needs. You can visit us at Fire Tower Road near Sam Jones Barbecue or enshempcompany.com.
Hello, this is Michael McGraw from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center of Greenville. We offer a variety of services including arthroscopic surgery, sports medicine, carpal tunnel and general orthopedics, fracture care, total joint replacement, physical therapy, and on-site MRIs. For experienced professional medical care, visit our office on W.H. Smith Boulevard in Greenville and online at orthoeast.com. Orthopedics East providing services to ECU and Pitt County Athletics for over 35 years. Go Pirates!
White Claw Hard Seltzer, a wave of refreshment. Crafted using our unique Brew Pure process. Made pure. Nothing tastes like White Claw Hard Seltzer.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, available in 5 fruit flavors, 2 grams of carbs, gluten-free, and 100 calories. Find it at whiteclaw.com. White Claw Hard Seltzer. Nothing tastes quite like it. Proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage. Please drink responsibly.
This is Brian Packard, ECU former baseballer. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The best investment you can make is in yourself. Get educated and make prudent decisions about your financial future. Contact David Dahm at Carolina Wealth Management today at 439-1344 for a free consultation. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Barat.
All right, coming up in about 25 minutes or so, we'll talk some UCF football with Marc Daniels, the play-by-play voice of the Knights. Also, Bryce Williams still set to join us on today's program. You can chime in, be a part of the show. Check us out on Facebook Live and on YouTube and leave your question or comment there as we will try to get you through this boring time of the sports year. Nothing going on tonight other than NBA Finals Game 4. Major League Baseball will be back coming up Thursday night with one game, Red Sox and Yankees, and then full slate of games coming up Friday, including the O's right here on Pirate Radio. Corey Gloor is the play-by-play voice of the Tulane Green Wave. And for the first time since he has moved into that capacity officially, we will talk to him here on the Fixed NC Live line. Corey, welcome back to Pirate Radio, this time wearing your Green Wave cap. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, Clip. I'm coming to you live from Yulman Stadium on the campus of Tulane University right now, in fact. So I'm fully here now.
How was the move? When did you get there, Corey? How are your arrangements? Tell us all about your new life.
I've lost about 30 pounds in a week. I've gained about 15 of it back in just pure muscle. I'm a completely different figure.
Wow.
I pulled into town about last Tuesday, and then I was on campus last Wednesday. So I've been working for about 1 week now here in New Orleans. It has rained every day that I've been here. It has been extremely humid, but it's also very beautiful and a fun place to be.
That's awesome, Corey. We're happy for you and looking forward to hearing you on the call for Tulane football in 2021. I'm gonna ask you some questions about the team and the roster, Corey. How much homework have you been able to do? I mean, you're getting your life situated there. How much Tulane football have you prepped for during your short stint there in New Orleans?
Oh, I've been diving in, but I do want to address this right off the bat. You just talked to Jeff. Right, you just had him on in hour one.
Correct.
And you are now about to talk to Marc Daniels.
Also correct.
CF, correct?
Yes.
So you have two legends of broadcasting in this conference, and you put this dope right in the middle. I can't thank you enough for already setting me up to fail in American Conference broadcasting here. I really appreciate it, Clip.
This is my this is me getting back at you. I was upset when you left me, Corey. So this is how I'm repaying you. No, look, Tulane's next up on the schedule. That's just how And let's be honest, Corey. I did ask you, do you need another week or so, or are you ready to go? You said you were ready to roll. So
I'm ready to roll. Yeah, I've been diving in here ever since I got here, and this week they restarted workouts, so I've been able to be around the team a little bit. Talked to Coach Fritz yesterday, and met some of the D-line today as they were kind of last off the field today. So I've been getting involved here with the program, and yeah, I mean I'm ready to go to break down Week 5 here of Tulane and ECU. I'll tell you this: I think that the theory here that this is going to be the best group that Willie Fritz has had, and he's starting year 6 of this program. It's about as deep of a team as they've ever had here at Tulane under Willie Fritz, even over the last 20 years. And it's a group that's going to be thrown into a gauntlet because this schedule is about as brutal as you'll find in the country right now.
Corey, before we kind of dive into it, I talked to you your last night at Sports Trivia at AJ's when you had already talked to a few of the Tulane coaches. I told you I was jealous that you got to work with Ron Hunter, who seems like just an awesome dude. You said you got to know Travis Jewett a little bit and Willie Fritz. And I asked you, and I don't know what I was even basing this off of. I guess just the interviews and things I've seen about Fritz. I asked, well, is he kind of a no-nonsense, serious guy? And you said, well, no, he's got a good personality, like everybody there at Tulane. So what kind of guy is Willie Fritz now that you've got to know him just a little bit, Corey?
I mean, he's about as mild-mannered of a Division I head football coach as you're going to find. And I was walking around today and asking some of the training staff, and I just said, does he ever raise his voice to anyone? And they said, no, but when he really lowers it, that's when you should be worried. Like, he's a fatherly figure to this group here, and so he's not a yell and scream type of guy. You'll hear his whistle and you'll hear his assistants doing that part of the thing, but by and large, Willie is a very calm, easygoing guy, and it's a rare breed in this industry to have a Division I head football coach act the way he does. But you can't argue with kind of the results that he's had with 3 straight bowl games here, and that's the first time this program's ever done that. So, I mean, it's working here, and it's worked for him, and that's why each and every year you kind of hear his name floating around about potential other gigs. It's a different way of doing it here that has really worked well.
Corey, we always start these chats talking head coach and QB, and Willie Fritz, well established there at Tulane. Michael Pratt bust on the scene last year with a solid 2020, had 8 rushing touchdowns at the quarterback position through 20 to 8 picks. Is he entrenched as the guy moving forward there at Tulane at the QB position?
Seems that way. From everything I've heard, it's pretty much his to lose as we head towards preseason camp. I know they're high on his backup, Justin Ibieta, who's a somewhat local guy, but it's Pratt's job, and they were, frankly, they weren't anticipating him becoming the guy during last year, but circumstances put him in, and he performed extremely well. And that ECU game last year was kind of his first breakout game. He had a really terrific game against the Pirates in Greenville last year, and now he's taking the ownership reins of this offense, and that's going to allow this team, from everything that you're kind of around here, to open things up a little bit more and be more of a dual threat offense. For years under Willie Fritz, this has been kind of a primary running attack and get what you can get out of the quarterback. But now they feel they've got something in Pratt who can air it out with a good crew of receivers to help bolster what they feel is their deepest position, the running game.
Corey Gloor joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Who are some of the weapons on the offensive side of the ball you're looking forward to calling games for, Corey?
Well, the wideouts, I think, are going to get a lot of focus here to start. You have one of the better slot receivers probably in the league, in Jaquan Jackson, that's going to make some hay and do a lot of damage here this year. He and Pratt developed a really nice relationship last year, and then you have the fraternal twins lining up out wide. You have Deuce Watts and Fat Watts, who are going to be causing a lot of big play havoc down the field. So those three, coupled with a position in the running back group here, Cliff, that they feel they go 4 deep in, even though they lost a couple of guys to the transfer portal after last year. They feel like they're going to get Tajay Spears back from injury, who tore his ACL early last year. And if he's on the field, he's as dynamic of a running back as you'll find, not just in the league, but around college football. And then they have a big bruiser in Cam Carroll behind him, that they feel like that's a really, really good 1-2 punch in different styles of running to help accentuate what they feel is going to be a passing game that's going to be really tough to contain.
Corey Gloor joining us talking Tulane football on the Fixed NC Live line. Corey, in 2020 college football, if you're giving up between 21 and 27 points an outing, you have an opportunity to win. If you're giving up, 15, 20, 25 years ago, that might have not been the case. But the way the offenses are now, if you can hold a team under 30, you're doing all right. Tulane did that a lot last year. They gave up 49 to Houston, 37 to SMU. UCF rolled up 50 on them. But really outside of that, for the most part, they're giving up between 20 and 28 points a game, which is a recipe for winning some football games. So that's one thing I know Willie Fritz prides himself on, the defensive side of the ball there at Tulane.
Yeah, and there will be a couple changes there this year. It's a new DC, Chris Hampton, who's been around this program before, but he was gone last year. He's back and running the show now defensively, and they lost 2 big pieces of that defense for the draft last year. Cam Sample and Patrick Johnson were 2 of the best in the American defensively. And so there are some gaps to fill there. I know that probably the biggest question position for Tulane heading into camp is their corner position. Their secondary would give up some big plays last year, but they bring in a transfer in Lance Robinson that they feel is going to be an immediate impact, the K-State transfer. In the secondary, but they've got the linebackers in front of them, the 1-2 punch of Dorian Williams and Nick Anderson. They were really good last year behind a Patrick Johnson and a Sample on the rush, and it's whether or not they can find the pieces to click into place in the secondary that I think are going to dictate a lot of how Tulane plays defensively.
Corey, the AAC looks pretty top-heavy right now with Cincinnati and then Gus Malzahn going to UCF, and he is a very good coach and now has some great weapons to work with there in Orlando. We'll talk about that with Mark Daniels coming up in just a moment. And then, third place seems kind of up there for the taking with SMU and then Sonny Dykes and Holgerson there at Houston. And I think you could put Tulane right there with those teams to potentially get into that third spot. And that would include Tulsa maybe taking a step back from what they were able to do last year. But what do the folks down there, Corey, expect Tulane football to be in 2021? Is that kind of a fair assessment that there is a top two in this league, and then the rest there is there for the taking?
Yeah, I think the double-edged sword here is they feel that this group is capable of contending for this league this year. Like with what they've built, how deep this team can go, and what they could potentially do offensively that they haven't been able to do in years past. They feel this team can really vie for one of those top two spots in the league, but the schedule might be a bit of a hindrance to that, because it is, you mentioned it, Cincinnati and UCF. They are on Tulane's schedule this year. They'll go to UCF. They play host to Cincinnati. They do have a trip to SMU on a Thursday night. They have Tulsa. They have Houston on the schedule, not to mention the non-conference with Oklahoma to open the year, with Ole Miss in week 3, with UAB in week 4 is a very good team. So the prevailing theory is that this is one of the best Tulane teams that's been around for a long, long time and can contend for the American. The schedule is about as brutal as they've seen in a while.
Conference schedule is tough. Non-conference schedule, if you're a Tulane fan, you got to be excited to get Oklahoma going to Ullman Stadium. And even that game against UAB, since resurrecting the program, the Blazers have been fantastic. And Corey also gets to call a game in Oxford, Mississippi at Ole Miss, 7 o'clock on a Saturday night. That'll be a great atmosphere as well. So you want to talk about getting tested early. Corey, you got to be ecstatic. How quickly in the process did you realize the first game you would call would be Lincoln Riley and the Sooners coming to town for your first game?
When I did my first Zoom call with a couple of the folks here at Tulane to do essentially my first interview back in early June, my general manager here mentioned that week 1, September 4, is Oklahoma, and that raised my eyebrows. Yeah, I mean, it is very much on the minds of people here that this place will be filled up. There's going to be 31,000 here for an 11 a.m. kick time on ABC, hosting one of the nation's best team and maybe the nation's best player. It's getting a lot of traction here, no question. Then to swing around with Ole Miss in week 3 and that trip up there, a game that I think, a lot of folks, myself included, think that Tulane has the potential to do some noise in. And then UAB the week after here in New Orleans. Yeah, there's a non-conference test here that Tulane hasn't seen in a little while, but they do feel, and I feel, that they've got the horses to make some noise in those 4 weeks.
Yeah, that non-conference schedule stacks up with the toughest in the country, no matter who you're looking at. Corey, you became a part of the Pirate family calling baseball games, and boy, the fans really loved you. And I said it early on when you got here, the way you interact with fans on the air was awesome. You also did some basketball games. Mentioned Cy Seymour going to join us on the show Friday now that East Carolina has announced some basketball signees. When's the last time you called a football game? I don't remember you doing one for East Carolina.
No, I didn't do one for East Carolina. The last time I've called a football game was back when I lived in Winston-Salem. So I think that would probably be 2019. Like, it hasn't been a while.
Yeah.
But it's I got quite a whopper to jump at September 4th, no question.
That you do, and I'm sure you'll do a fine job. Corey Gloor joining us. Corey, I think that the Bucks being in the finals right now, I think everything you've got going on in your life, this is a perfect setup for you, because let's say like you weren't moving, you weren't overtaking this new opportunity, this new job, and you had nothing going on. Like, you'd be freaking out about the Bucks 24/7. Now you've got so much other stuff going on that I think it takes away from you freaking out about what's actually happening with your favorite NBA franchise right now. Is that fair to say?
You would be wildly incorrect.
How so?
Wildly incorrect. Oh, I'm in a constant state of dread about the Milwaukee Bucks.
Okay.
Oh, they are on the board now in the finals, and they're going to try it again tonight. No, and it's just the nature of being a fan of that particular franchise for as long as I have, where it's just there's never an overwhelming sense of positivity. Like, you're always just concerned. So yes, even though they've made it this far, and Giannis is playing out of his mind on one knee. My worries, my concerns about the Bucks have not alleviated, even though now I'm getting prepped here for Tulane football.
The Bucks are going to tie the series up tonight. Corey's Brewers, they're still in first place, right? And you've got the quarterback of the future for your Bears. Like, everything's going good, Corey. You can't trick me into thinking that all is bad in your sports world.
Clip, I'm doing great.
I don't believe that either for some reason. Corey, good stuff, man. Have you hit the local delicacies yet? Have you hung out with Graff yet? Todd Graffanini. What's going on in your New Orleans life?
I have done both of those things. I did see our good buddy Todd Graffanini a few days ago on Sunday. We were watching the Euro final together. He is Italia all the way, so went to his local hangout and watched the soccer match on Sunday. So I also stopped in on Monday here to campus. He's doing well. Yes, I have hit up some local spots here, both around campus and around the city. Not a lick of good food to be had here. I mean, there's just nothing here.
Yeah.
No, I'm concerned about my caloric intake.
Can't wait to see what you look like when you get back to Greenville after eating all that food.
Clip, I'm a blob. I mean, it's something else. But it's a counterbalance. I was talking about this with Noah Seiden, one of the D linemen this morning, is that I'm eating worse than ever, but when you step outside and you're outside for 30 seconds, you're just sweating like mad. It's going to counterbalance each other.
Good stuff.
Especially in a couple of weeks when it's about 100% humidity and 95 degrees here when camp starts. So, yeah, I mean, I feel as though I can wolf down a few po' boys if I just stand outside for about 5 minutes. It'll balance out.
Corey Gloor joining us. And, Corey, thank you so much. Great Tulane preview. We will talk to you again in early October, right before ECU takes on Tulane. We'll do another preview with you that week. But, Corey, we've said it a million times. You did a great job here, and appreciate all you did coming on our shows here at Pirate Radio and helping us out with stuff. And you're going to do a great job there, man. So thanks for joining us today. We'll talk to you again down the road, buddy.
Clip, thank you, pal. Pirate Radio team. Miss you guys. Love you guys. It was fun. We'll talk soon.
Yes, sir. There is Corey Gloor joining us on the Fixed NC Live line, now the voice of the Tulane Green Wave. How about that for an opener? Sooners and Wave going at it Saturday, September 4th. The Sooners are going to Yulman Stadium. What if the Sooners were coming to Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium? How fired up would we be for that?
What a reunion that would be.
With Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, with Lincoln Riley on the staff. I mean, head coach.
That is a huge pull there to get them to come to down there to New Orleans. We need to get on that, John Gilbert.
I'm going to be in Corey's neck of the woods in May of next year.
Oh, I was about to say May is past. What do you got going on?
So,
hold on, let me get. It's either New Kids on the Block, women's soccer, or a softball tournament.
And you're incorrect.
Oh, man. What is it?
I am going to my first ever convention.
Okay.
Oh, I know what it is.
It's called ERP Expo.
Bring home
You can mock me all you want.
What is it?
It is a convention based, or not based, but it's a convention that derived from a television show that I enjoy watching.
You ended up getting your tickets, because I remember it was a few months ago. I was sitting here with you looking at different packages for that convention.
Yeah, the packages were sold out, and someone actually purchased a ticket right when the tickets first went on sale and found out she could not go.
I gotta go on
and she knew I was looking for a ticket, so she contacted me and asked me if I still wanted it, and I said absolutely. So I now have a ticket to ERP Expo.
Bring her home.
And bring her home.
Shirley
Bring
will
Winona
be
home.
ERPing next May.
I will be ERPing.
You need to get up with. How close are you going to be? You going to try to get up with Graff and Corey?
I'm gonna try to. I don't know about Graff, but I'm definitely gonna try to catch up with Corey. I'll see if I can drag him down to Cafe Dumont. I believe that's where the world famous beignets are.
Cafe, do we not agree?
I'm pretty sure that's I keep wanting to say Cafe Monet, and I know that's not right. I think it's Cafe Dumont. It is on Bourbon Street, and it is it's in the French Quarter. World famous beignets. If you've never had them, you are missing out.
I've never had one in my life.
You have got. If you ever get in New Orleans, you have to go and get one. It's heaven on a plate.
I'll add it to the to-do list. Let's take a time out. We'll come back. I have been to Orlando several times. We'll go down to Orlando and talk to Marc Daniels, the play-by-play voice of the UCF Knights. We'll get an update on what's going on there with Gus Malzahn taking over. I'm going to talk about good quarterback play. We'll talk about Dylan Gabriel and him returning to the field in 2021 as the QB for UCF. They got a ton of weapons and are looking forward to a good season. We'll talk about it with Marc Daniels when we return after this.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Summer is here and I want to invite your son to attend Cliff Godwin Youth Camps. We will offer 3 sessions the weeks of June 28th, July 12th, and July 26th. All camps will be held at Clark LeClaire Stadium and campers will get baseball instruction from members of the 2021 ECU baseball team. Campers will also play games and each camp ends with our famous Pirate Slip and Slide. Full day and half day sessions are offered. For more information, visit cliffgodwinbaseballcamp.com. See you there. Go Pirates.
The Pirate Radio Podcast.
Now, Wes, you have a incredible ability to be able to spit off our IP address, but not have your zipper up on your pants. It's an amazing talent.
Listen to every Pirate Radio podcast now by visiting our podcast channel and subscribing in Apple iTunes or SoundCloud. The Pirate Radio Podcast is powered by White Claw Hard Seltzer, proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage.
The Tarboro River Bandits are back, and this year we'll have a full season, and all fans are welcome this year. Come watch some of the best collegiate baseball around with over 20 Division I players on this active roster looking to compete at a high level. We have a family-friendly atmosphere, awesome stadium, food and drink specials, plus the coldest beer on the East. Come do something different with the family this summer with the Tarboro River Bandits. 29 home games to choose from. Tickets available at the gate or online at TarboroRiverBandits.com.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Ready to travel and take a trip this summer? Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has recently added more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Save lives, be a hero, and make $1,000 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. At Grifols, it adds up fast. New donors can earn up to $1,000 in your very first month. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA, 505 South Memorial Drive, Greenville. Find your donor center at grifolsplasma.com. Make up to $1,000 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay.
Ahoy, mateys! To keep those cars clean, you need the Pirates Cove Fast Pass.
Greenville's original express car wash is now offering a fast pass for as low as $19.99. That's one pass, 4 locations, and unlimited washes. Visit us in Greenville on Fire Tower Road, Memorial Drive, and East 10th Street, and also in New Bern on Glen Burnie Road. And by popular demand, Pirates Cove on Fire Tower Road is now offering interior cleaning.
So we have you surrounded. Pirates Cove, the official car wash partner of ECU Athletics.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, Pirates supporting Pirates.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Select Bank and Trust. Banking is banking until the service is not the same. Wouldn't you like to deal with a bank that is responsive to your needs, can make local decisions, and cares about you, the customer? Try Select Bank and Trust. Bank local. Bank select. SelectBank.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Town Insurance is your premier independent insurance agency. From maximizing opportunities to minimizing risk, Town's insurance advisors offer expert professional advice to clients of all sizes. For personal or business insurance questions, call 756-8300 today. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, we're about halfway home on our ECU opponent previews for 2021. We have talked App State, South Carolina, Marshall, Charleston Southern, and just talked Tulane football with Corey Gloor. And we'll knock out team number 6 right now as Marc Daniels, the longtime voice of the UCF Knights, joins us on the Fixed NC Live line to preview what Gus Malzahn and crew have in store for 2021. Mark, welcome back to Pirate Radio. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. And we have a lot to talk about when it comes to UCF football. A new head coach there in Orlando, and it is Gus Malzahn, a big-time hire by UCF. Mark, what was the approval rating of that hire amongst the Knights fans when it was announced that Gus Malzahn would be joining the program?
Well, I think it was surprising on a national level. I think for UCF fans, as a new athletic director, Terry Mahajer, had a connection to Gus when they worked at Arkansas State. So it wasn't a shock that he might reach out to Gus, but it happened relatively quickly over the course of a couple of days after Terry got hired. And I think the response nationally was very favorable. I think for UCF fans, Gus did a good job in winning the press conference, as most coaches do, but kind of coming in and understanding where UCF is at a program right now, what it can be. And I think he's done a really good job in his time here in kind of setting his vision that, this is an exciting opportunity for him. I think he welcomes a change of what became maybe a little bit more toxic culture at Auburn, where now there's a fan base that kind of embraces this change. I think he knows he's got a chance to win at a high level at UCF. And, so far it's been obviously a home run in the eyes of UCF fans, a tremendous level of excitement with the season 7 weeks away.
Mark, 2020, a weird year for everyone, and, Josh Heupel moves on after a 6-4 season, and sometimes you're a victim of your own success or the success that others have had there with, of course, Scott Frost and then Josh Heupel, and just the amount of wins UCF has put up over the years. That 6-4, despite COVID and everything that was going on, how did that sit with UCF fans? Was that below expectations, or was that just part of a wacky year?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, if you didn't have a great year, it was easy to say that COVID was an issue, and I think UCF, like everybody else, dealt with some issues. Over the course of the last 3 seasons, counting last year's 6-4, before that, UCF had lost 8 games and 7 by 1 possession. So there was a common theme to losses there, and really with the exception of the bowl game BYU blowout, UCF could have won every other game. Certainly should have won the Memphis game, lost a shootout there, had a chance against Cincinnati. They were the better team that day. So it was frustrating because the defense struggled a bit at times last year, where the offense put up a bunch of points. And, it didn't end on a positive note. There was, I think, a sour taste the way the season had gone, expectations, a lot of guys coming back for this season. And then, very quickly after that year ended, UCF lost its athletic director and Josh Heupel. So kind of left the program in a little bit of flux, but, quickly hired a very respected and high-energy athletic director who landed a coach that seems to really be embracing it. UCF has brought a lot of people in from Auburn, has brought some other people with good experience. And obviously, from a talent standpoint, UCF had a good chunk of that team coming back, and they've been arguably one of the most active teams in the transfer portal in the country.
Mark, one of the first things I look at, and I think a lot of folks do when they look at their team's schedule is, who has a new coach, who has a new quarterback. East Carolina facing a lot of teams, especially early in the season, with either a new coach or a new QB coming in. UCF, of course, has the new coach, but Dillon Gabriel back behind center for UCF, and in a long line of very, very talented UCF quarterbacks. Here's another one. What makes him so good, Mark? What are the expectations for Dillon Gabriel in 2021?
Well, Dillon's got a great awareness of the field. I think he throws one of the nicest deep balls in the country, and I think he, understands offense really well and never gets too high, never gets too low. Now, he's been surrounded by a lot of talent. That'll be the case again this year. That kind of helps his job, but he's been very consistent in knowing where he wants to go with the football and getting the ball in the right spot. And it helps, again, you've got some wide receivers that can go up and get it for you, and he's had. And it'll be interesting to see what Gus Malzahn does with Dillon. Josh Heupel likes to take some shots deep. I think if you look at the stats for Dillon, there's a good chance his completion percentage, which right now career is just about 60%. You might see that go up because maybe UCF doesn't take as many shots deep. However, I do think it'll be interesting to see how Gus Malzahn adapts to UCF's level of talent and who our competition is. That's not saying the SEC and the American are on par, but I do think that Gus may see some things that he could do at UCF that maybe he wasn't able to do either A, because of personnel at Auburn that he had on offense, and because the quality of defenses in the SEC. And it's not knock on Bo Nix, but I think that Gus Malzahn may feel like he's got maybe his best quarterback since he had Cam Newton a few years ago that can run the offense at a level that he wants to. So he may tweak some things of the offense that he ran at Auburn the last couple of years that is more suitable to Dillon and the personnel that UCF has.
Mark, who are those weapons you're looking forward to seeing in 2021? You mentioned all the talent around Dillon Gabriel that Gus Malzahn has to work with. Who are the main weapons there?
Well, the most important thing, if you count tight ends, UCF returns their top 7 people, kind of the offensive line and tight ends, and that's where it starts. That to bring back the entire offensive line in college football these days is really hard to do. That's the big thing that's going to help them get better. There's no shortage of talent at running back for UCF. There's a question about experience. Only one experienced running back comes back. That's Bentavious Thompson. Has been a third, fourth string guy the last couple of years. But some new faces come in, a transfer from Auburn that was a big 4-star recruit out of Florida a couple of years ago, a running back from Northwestern that his freshman year a couple of years ago ran for 900 yards. So there's a bunch of talent at running back. At wide receiver, UCF's got plenty of guys. Jalen Robinson was an Oklahoma transfer last year. He was really, really good playing opposite Marvin Williams and Jacob Harris, who got drafted high by the Rams. Ryan O'Keefe's a speedster that kind of burst on the scene last year. He's set for a big breakout year. Brandon Johnson is Charles Johnson, the former baseball player's son. He transferred from Tennessee. He had 80 catches in his career. Jordan Johnson's a former 5-star wide receiver of Notre Dame that he's transferred in. UCF got one of the top junior college wide receivers that's come in here, picked up another former Auburn transfer, and by the way, brought back 4 other young wide receivers that were in that mix. So it's a crowded wide receiver room that, it's going to be a good fight to get on the field. So there's plenty of weapons, for Dillon Gabriel. Not as much experience because of who they lost, but plenty of talent that will get a chance to blossom.
You mentioned a lot of points on the offensive side last year for the Knights, as we tend to always see. The defense, though, got involved in some shootouts, giving up 50 to Memphis. You mentioned that game, a high-scoring game against South Florida. BYU able to put up a lot of points. So you got in these track meets last year, Mark, and sometimes the offense that you have will allow an opposing team to score a high amount of points. How about this year, cleaning up the defensive side of the ball? Who are the guys you'll be counting on that side this year?
Yeah, the shootouts last year kind of hurt, but UCF was dealing with a defense that had lost both its cornerbacks, one choosing to opt out for COVID, the other because of injury did not come back. They played 3 true freshmen at corner last year that are going to be really, really good, and one by the end of the season. Last year, Corey Thornton, I think, is going to have a shot to be an all-conference player this year. By the time we got to the bowl game and Zach Wilson, UCF's top 7 secondary guys did not play in that game. That was all starters and 3 backups. So Zach Wilson should have had a good game that day. But UCF, I think it starts them up front like everybody. They've got Big Cat Bryant's a big transfer, former All-SEC player out of Auburn that came over here. UCF got one of the top defensive linemen in the transfer portal, is a kid out of Western Kentucky that is going to come in and add up front. with some guys that come back. So they've got to get better putting pressure on quarterbacks. Then they need, a healthy and an improved secondary. So all those freshmen come back and play. UCF also hit the transfer portal with a couple of other kids that have experience. Devon Wilson's a Georgia transfer that played the second half of the season last year. There's another player from Nebraska that transferred in that was a big-time Florida prospect when he came out. So there's a lot of potential on paper. It now has to go execute on the field. I think UCF's going to be better defensively. Travis Williams, very respected part of Gus Malzahn's defensive staff last year, young, energetic guy. He's the defensive coordinator now for UCF. So I think they'll be better on defense. I do also think it's not a fault of Josh Heupel. Josh, I think, kind of felt he had to keep his foot on the pedal from an offensive standpoint because they were struggling defensively. I think you'll see more Gus Malzahn if he sees his team build a lead of say, 2-3 touchdown lead, or even during the course of the football game. If Gus knows that his, defense needs a breather, that it's okay to run the ball. And that's where UCF's going to try to look for more balance offensively. If you've got a one-play a touchdown, great, but it's okay sometimes to go 9, 10, 12 plays and march your way down the field.
Marc Daniels joining us talking at UCF football here on Pirate Radio Live as we preview the 2021 ECU opponents. Marc, man, the UCF fans have to love the schedule that the Knights have put together this year. How about the opener Thursday night while ECU will be in a good battle against Appalachian State on September 2nd. Boise State will be taking on UCF. The Knights also going to Louisville in the non-conference schedule, Bethune-Cookman and UConn. UCF will get to roll up a lot of points on the former conference mate UConn. That's the non-conference slate for the Knights, and pretty attractive schedule, I would say, especially that opener against Boise State.
Yeah, part of a home and home will go to Boise in a couple of years, and certainly they'll get a lot of hype. Obviously, two new coaches with their first game of those programs. Our stadium is already sold out, and the good thing about coming back to full capacity is our fans have been great, and bought all the season tickets available, so there'll be a lot of excitement for that. Chance to go back to Louisville. Last time UCF played at Louisville was our first Fiesta Bowl year back in 2013 with Teddy Bridgewater, the quarterback, up there. UCF went up there when Louisville was ranked 6th, so a good test there. And then obviously the conference schedule's always got some challenging games. We've got to go to Cincinnati, who clearly has deserved to be the preseason favorite and maybe a top 10 team. SMU, we know, has certainly improved itself the last couple of years. We've got to go to Dallas, got a road game, obviously, at Navy, and you need to play them. And Memphis, we know from an offensive standpoint, is going to be strong, and they come to us as well. And no game's an easy game in the league, and that's a good sign of where the league's growth has come.
No doubt about that. Marc Daniels joining us. Marc, some news earlier this offseason about a potential expansion of the college football playoff. Probably a touchy subject for Knights fans who had that undefeated season and were left out, of course. But hopefully in the future, if that happens, the Knights, the Bearcats, maybe if Mike Houston turns it around, the Pirates could be involved in some sort of playoff at the end of the season. What was the reaction to that news, Marc? Of course, nothing's set in stone yet, but looks like we finally might get a seat at the table here in the near future.
Yeah, it took a while, and still some things to sort out. I think the surprise with everybody was the quick jump of 4 to 12, but it clearly changes, I think the opportunity for conferences like the American, where, now I think you look, and the American, I believe, has distanced itself from the other, quote, G5 leagues, where, providing a champion's got 0-1 losses, it'd be hard to envision an American team not making the playoff. Now, no guarantee there, but I just think the quality of the American champion last few years, they would get that spot. And, I do think it's a little bit of a game changer. I know that, Coach Malzahn has kind of changed that approach of instead of worrying about the expanded playoff, it's like, look, you can win a national championship here. I mean, you got to have things go your way and pretty much have to go undefeated, but I do think we're changing the labels of, P5s and G5s. They're not changing the paycheck on a yearly basis, but I think the access has changed. I'm not quite sure anytime soon we'll see 2 G5 champions get in, but it's a much different scenario now. It's hard to envision somebody from our league going 13-0 and being left out.
Right.
And, even possibly going 12-1 depending on who you play, which is a good sign, and I think it changes. A lot of things are changing that makes, I think, programs at the level of the American a little bit more of a player. I think the transfer portal coaches are learning roster management, how to, adapt to that. I do think you're seeing coaches leave with it's 5, 6, 7 scholarships free as they learn how to work the transfer portal. Name, image, and likeness becomes something as well. So it's an interesting evolution going on right now in college football.
No doubt about it. I'm reading right now, Mark, about Dylan Gabriel's personal brand, Holt Nailers for ECU. Their quarterback has something similar as well with the name, image, likeness going into effect earlier this month. How many UCF players and businesses have taken advantage of that around the Orlando area thus far?
Yeah, I don't know the number of players. I think name, image, and likeness is something players, I think, deserve. I think we'll see how this world plays itself out. People that were freaking out about it, we'll figure it out. It might take a year or two.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure it's going to matter to fans. I don't think fans, for the most part, will even remember who the different deals are with players and so forth. I think some have, tried to see what their value is in a market, whether it's a clothing line or if it's just partnering up with a local barbecue joint. We'll figure this out. The university will figure out, licensing will figure out, players will figure out. May surprise people who's got some value. But the game's not going to change. We'll still enjoy our Saturdays, and the number of players that are going to, make significant dollars, I don't think is going to be very big, and I'm not quite sure it would matter to somebody. I never understood why anybody would care if you could go see, for example, UCF or an ECU player at your local barbecue joint, and if you wanted to get an autograph and pay for it, and the owner of the place wanted to give them free, pulled pork. I don't know why anybody cared in the first place, and I'm not quite sure they're going to care in the months ahead.
Well said. Marc Daniels joining us on the Fixed NC Live Line. Mark, always enjoyed the summer chat. We'll check back in with you the week of the game between the Knights and the Pirates. Appreciate your time as always. Have a great rest of your summer, and we'll talk to you this fall, Mark.
All right, thank you.
All right, there is my good friend Marc Daniels, UCF play-by-play voice, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. And actually, pull the curtain back a little bit, recorded that conversation earlier this afternoon with Mark, and let's hit the actual audio of when we ended our phone call, because after I do an interview like that and do like a little post interview, thank you, see you later, and I had a great chat with Mark earlier when we hung up the phone earlier. Well said. Marc Daniels joining us on the Fixed NC Live Line. Mark, always enjoyed the summer chat. We'll check back in with you the week of the game between the Knights and the Pirates. Appreciate your time as always. Have a great rest of your summer, and we'll talk to you this fall, Mark.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it, man. Yeah. No, we'll call you in the fall. No, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, we can get up a golf game. Maybe Chandler will do it too. Yeah, we'll hang out. All right, great. Thank you, bud. Bye-bye. Bye. All right. See you. Bye.
Jeez, you couldn't get him off the phone.
You know, when you're on the phone with a good buddy, you have to. You just don't want to hang up. You have to.
Oh yeah, of course. No.
You say bye. No, you say it. Now, and me and Mark have that.
You say bye first.
Have that relationship.
I want a relationship just like that one.
Yeah. Great chat there to wrap it up with Mark.
He sounds just like when a phone hangs up and that beeping noise.
He was still on the line, right? Like I heard him talking back to me, right?
I did.
He asked me if we wanted to golf.
Yeah.
Let's hit it again, Shirley, because I gave him the outro. Well said. Marc Daniels joining us on the Fixed NC Live Line. Mark, always enjoyed the summer chat. We'll check back in with you the week of the game between the Knights and the Pirates. Appreciate your time as always. Have a great rest of your summer, and we'll talk to you this fall, Mark.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
No problem, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Oh, no problem at all.
Yeah. No, we'll call you in the fall.
Sounds good.
No, thank you.
I didn't say thank you, but right.
Yeah, we can get up a golf game. Maybe Chandler will do it too.
I don't remember saying anything about a golf game, but
all right, great. Thank you, bud.
All right,
bye.
See ya.
Bye.
All right, bye.
All right, see you. Bye.
See ya.
I
heard it that time.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't pick up on it the first time. You could hear it pretty clear that time. He was talking to me.
Yeah.
And
wow, that was kind of awkward. But
I thought Corey Gloor and I were close, but no, we are nowhere near as close as Marc Daniels and I. My good friend, Marc Daniels.
I think Corey might be a tad jealous.
We just got one of those relationships.
Speaking of UCF, by the way, I just got a notification that ECU softball is getting a UCF right-hander transfer pitcher. Her name is Madison Davis.
Mark, I think Mark Daniels is back with us, my good friend Mark. Mark, what do you think about that news we just heard?
I don't know a damn thing about softball.
Was that supposed to be funny?
All right, so rarely do you see the in-conference transfer, Shirley Rhodes.
Yeah, it does surprise me. I mean, of course. We
saw it in football.
Yeah, we saw it in football. Maybe it's a grad transfer. It doesn't really say, but it looks like she's going to be coming, which, they only had a couple of pitchers on the staff last year. They had Kama Woodle, Aaron Pepping. I think Pep graduated. I'm not sure right off the top of my head. I think Pep was a senior. And then Whitney Sanford, who I know was a senior. So they really only had 3 pitchers.
We should have got Jack Salt's cousin to play, so we could have had Salt and Pep.
Davis will be playing for the new ECU softball coach, the Wink, Shane Winkler.
The Wink.
The Wink.
The big Wink. All right, let's get a break in. We'll come back. We will wrap up hour number 2, recap my conversation with my good friend Mark Daniels, and throw it to hour 3, where Bryce Williams will join us inside the Pirate Radio studios.
Is he here?
Dang. We'll have more Pirate Radio Live for you after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get a 2021 GMC Terrain and save over $4,000 off. And as always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
If Jersey Mike's turkey had a resume, it would say it's 99% fat-free and raised without antibiotics. But our turkey already has its dream job at Jersey Mike's, because premium meat makes a sub above. At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh, because slice to order makes a sub above.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, a wave of refreshment. Crafted using our unique Brew Pure process. Made pure. Nothing tastes like White Claw Hard Seltzer.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, available in 5 fruit flavors, 2 grams of carbs, gluten-free, and 100 calories. Find it at whiteclaw.com. White Claw Hard Seltzer. Nothing tastes quite like it. Proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage. Please drink responsibly.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those, but anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
Have you stopped doing your favorite activity due to chronic aches and pains? Let Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab help. They provide regenerative injection therapy that can help with osteoarthritis, joint pain, carpal tunnel, and plantar fasciitis. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab will help you get back into the groove. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab, 2245 Stantonsburg Road, across from the hospital. Call 215-9294 for an appointment today.
Guess what, Greenville? Calzones are back.
Community Calzone is the only restaurant in town specializing in calzones. Choose from over 50 different calzones, or you design your own with unlimited options, including vegetarian. Community Calzone also features wings, huge salads, and more. Plus, they deliver to almost everywhere in Pitt County. Located on Greenville Boulevard next to Ashley Furniture Warehouse, they're open for lunch, dinner, and late night for dine-in, pickup, or delivery. It's Community Calzone.
This is East Carolina head football coach Mike Houston, and I'm proud to announce that our ladies clinic is back this summer on July the 30th. This evening will provide a behind-the-scenes look at ECU football and a chance to meet the players, coaches, and their families. The evening will end with an entertaining dinner and social. Sign up today at MikeHoustonFootballCampsLLC.com. We look forward to seeing you there. Go Pirates!
Pirate Radio.
We're going to be bigger, faster, stronger, and older. That's always a good combination.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Select Bank and Trust. Banking is banking until the service is not the same. Wouldn't you like to deal with a bank that is responsive to your needs, can make local decisions, and cares about you, the customer? Try Select Bank and Trust. Bank local. Bank select. SelectBank.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Villa Verde on 10th Street and Villa Verde Dos by the hospital are open for you, serving unique and healthy dishes from the Dominican Republic. Order online at myvillaverde.com or the Villa Verde app. Order a family meal that feeds 6 to 7 people, and they'll have it ready for curbside pickup today. Whether it's dine-in or takeout, Villa Verde is a platform for good. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, Shirley, as we were coming back on the air, I just saw that a word is trending on Twitter, and that word is Clippy.
Oh.
And I'm looking at the tweets, and it says, the clip is back.
Oh, what is it, the Microsoft Word Clippy?
The world needs this. Clippy is healing. Clippy coming back from the dead. I loved Clippy. Y'all so young, y'all never even seen Clippy.
Yeah.
Was that the paper clip that used to pop up in the corner of your computer?
Free Clippy. Do it for Clippy. Both of you are correct. Apparently, Microsoft said if this tweet gets 20,000 likes, we will replace the paperclip emoji in Microsoft 365 with Clippy, and that currently has 42,000 likes.
Wow.
So Clippy... I'm trying to remember would it like pop up and you could and say like, do you have questions or what can we help you with, or is that what it was?
I can't remember. It was some kind of like a bubble. It would work. I can't remember what it said, but
what would you like to do, or like it would help you out?
How can I help you, or something like that? Yeah.
So it reminded me of Brian North.
Yeah, I was going to say Brian North always calls you Clippy.
So I didn't know if Brian North was trending for some reason, but that is why Clippy.
With all the problems in the world, it's about to be resolved because Clippy is coming back.
That's right. Something as simple as that can
heal the world.
Heal the world. Make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race.
And the internet, apparently.
What lyrics was that song to?
Michael Jackson.
Wow. Chandler
I am impressed.
His old music, though. That is one thing you do know. You're an old soul.
I love that
when it comes to music.
I love that song.
Heal the world. Who knew that you were a big Michael Jackson fan?
I do. I love Michael Jackson.
Okay.
I remember when he died. I remember watching my grandmother was going. She had just had some surgery, so she was in a rehab facility, and I remember watching his funeral in its entirety, visiting her one day in the nursing home.
I remember we were live on the air on Live at 5 because I was producing and I would kind of monitor what was happening in the world, and it was one of those where I told Troy and he was like,
make sure it's true.
Yeah, because
confirm it. We need to make sure it's confirmed.
And in those cases you have to, because how many times is something like Clippy or something trending and you assume a person died and you get some bad news, like some wrong information, So we did have to.
Well, that just happened not too long ago. Biz Marquis, it was trending on Twitter, and they were saying that he had passed away, but he had, in fact, not passed away.
It was also for DMX, but he wasn't dead at the time, and then he ended up
Is
dying.
Biz Marquis alive or dead?
As far as I know, he's still alive.
Okay.
He had some complications. He's a diabetic, and he was having some complications, but I had not seen that he had passed away, but at one point there were reports that he had passed.
Yeah, no, I thought he was not with us anymore, but July 11th, Biz Marquis is alive despite reports of death.
Yeah.
Still alive. Okay, all right.
So as far as I know, he has not passed.
There's a great example of
that was a great example of somebody, kind of jumping the gun a little bit. And but I remember that, and I remember because I was here at work and I watched because they streamed the funeral live online, and I watched it sitting right over there at Clip's computer. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, it was a pretty sad day for me because that was a good chunk of my childhood. So
Scott remembers when Elvis died.
I remember when Elvis died too. Well, I don't remember, but my mom reminds me quite a bit. She remembered because I was 2 years old when he passed away.
Didn't he unfortunately die on the turlet?
Yep,
he did.
Yeah,
sure did.
Steve says Biz Marquis says she's still just a friend. Is that supposed to be funny?
That's supposed to be funny?
Is that supposed
to be funny? You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
All right, let's take a break. I believe, did Bryce Williams walk in?
He's in the house.
In the house. All right, we will talk to Bryce Williams when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Got a few stories to get to. We'll rehash some of Cliff Godwin's comments from earlier this week about being here, the LSU coaching search, all that. I want to ask Bryce what he remembers about the time when Lincoln Riley took the Oklahoma offensive coordinator job. And, a head coach always has to address the team. Does a offensive coordinator address the team when he leaves? Also, you got a bear story, right? Mm-hmm. We'll talk about the bear story.
We'll also discuss how they got the bear out of the tree.
There was a bear in a tree. How do you get a bear out of a tree? We'll tell you. And Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live also make you a winner. More to go when we return after this.
In sports, if you think joy only happens after you win, think again. Look at the world's most successful athletes like Serena Williams, Brooks Koepka, and Alex Morgan. They don't spend all their days grinding away. They take time to enjoy themselves, like getting together with friends over a Michelob Ultra, because they know that happiness is the key to winning, and that joy is the whole game, not just the end game. Michelob Ultra. 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. AB Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Summer is here and I want to invite your son to attend Cliff Godwin Youth Camps. We will offer 3 sessions the weeks of June 28th, July 12th, and July 26th. All camps will be held at Clark LeClaire Stadium and campers will get baseball instruction from members of the 2021 ECU baseball team. Campers will also play games and each camp ends with our famous Pirate Slip and Slide. Full day and half day sessions are offered. For more information, visit cliffgodwinbaseballcamp.com. See you there. Go Pirates.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Ready to travel and take a trip this summer? Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has recently added more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
Hey Birdland, experience an Orioles game this season with the convenience and privacy of your very own suite. Choose from an array of options and prices to gather with family and friends or entertain clients. Each suite features climate-controlled interior seating, a private restroom, and comfortable outside seating. Plus, enjoy the best views of Camden Yards. Suites can accommodate 8 to 22 guests. Capacity is limited, so select your dates and purchase tickets now. Learn more about single-game suites at Orioles.com/suites.
E&S Hemp Company in Winterville is your premier CBD store. At E&S Hemp Company, they have helped hundreds of people just like you get relief from joint pain, anxiety, insomnia, and more by providing you the highest quality of CBD products available. E&S Hemp Company has a great selection of only the safest, purest, and most beneficial hemp-infused products available, from honey, tea, coffee, candles, and more. E&S Hemp Company, Fire Tower Road in Winterville, and online at eshempcompany.com.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard, across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
You've worked hard to start your business and working even harder to make it successful. And that's why it's important to have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from Select Bank and Trust. And as the business world throws you curveballs, we're here to be responsive to your needs. Our team of local bankers can make local decisions and cares about you, the customer. Get the business services that are right for your business today with Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select, member FDIC.
Here today with Gazelle, also known as Brad Bagley to his friends and family. Why F3?
Well, I've been doing F3 for 5 years now, and it's just become part of my routine. I started out thinking that I was in shape, didn't realize how out of shape I was until I came out here, and now these guys are just good friends, and I can't imagine life without them now.
One letter, one number, F3. Fitness, fellowship, and faith. All workouts are free of charge and open to all men. Leave no man behind, but leave no man where you find him. Learn more today at F3ENC.com.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Live well, move more, and hurt less with Kinetic Physical Therapy. If you're recovering from an injury, getting back into sports, dealing with everyday pain or fatigue, then Kinetic Physical Therapy can help you get back on track and live well. Kinetic has nationally certified therapists for physical, occupational, speech, and massage therapy, all in a state-of-the-art facility on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. Visit kineticptgreenville.com for more information. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Rock.
Back with you. Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live will make you a winner this hour. I believe we're giving away some pizza pie on today's show, Shirley Rhodes.
You are correct, sir.
All right, good. If not,
1, 2, 3. Yep. Nope, you're right.
You're
okay.
Right. All right, pizza pie it is. All right, man, we got a lot to talk about with Bryce Williams, who joins us in the Pirate Radio studios. Hello, Bryce.
Hello, y'all.
Good to see you again.
I know. She's like I said, that 2 weeks feels like longer.
Feels like months.
2 years.
Months. 2 years.
Well, you don't realize how much you love something until it's taken away from you.
It's gone. That's right. That's right.
Chandler, we had the rundown earlier. Can you pull that back up real quick? Or
Sure.
So we didn't get to all the stories. Was going to briefly mention Game 4 of the NBA Finals tonight. Bryce, do you know the two teams in the NBA Finals?
Hang on.
It's like
I'm going to say the Bucks.
That is one. Very good.
And
Fear the Deer.
Who was that one? Was it no?
I'll give you a hint. They were one of the NFL teams you were a part of for a time. Has a basketball team in that city.
The Suns?
That is correct.
I did say the Suns. I said the Suns.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that.
But
well done.
Yeah.
Bucks Suns.
I'm trying to. But surprisingly, the only reason I think I know it was the Bucks. I was just kind of using context clues. At the gym this morning, they had who's the Bucks main guy?
Giannis
Antetokounmpo. Yeah, him. They had him on TV, and I wasn't paying attention because we were talking about. I was talking to a buddy of mine, and I said, "Well, you know what?" Which has a different rabbit hole, but the only reason I know because I pay attention to TV. I feel like basketball players possibly maybe more one of the athletic people out of the sport.
That is a good sports debate. Like, what sport requires the best athlete?
Yeah.
Because, like, baseball, they are certainly athletes, but that is a skill. Hitting a ball, throwing a ball like that.
Oh, yeah.
Basketball is a lot of running. Also, you have to have the skill to shoot and stuff. But
I know. The ball handling. I mean, you got these 6'10". Well, the Giannis guy, I mean, just look what they can do, how they can move. And
you could say football, while having great athletes, has the least amount of skill involved. Because it's kind of just it's tackle, it's block.
Yeah, I mean,
there's skill involved. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but I mean, these big basketball players, the way they can move and jump, and
you really don't realize it until you go to an NBA game, or at least I didn't. I go to a lot of ECU games. I see a lot of college basketball. But just going to a Hornets game, realizing how big every single one of them is.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, they don't miss a shot pregame. Yeah. Like, it's unbelievable. And but you don't realize it until you get that up close. I wonder where hockey falls in as far as athletes go, with all the skating they have to do. They're 100 miles an hour, then they're shift-ins.
Yeah, shifting. We got to talk about that, but the only reason I knew that the Bucks was because I saw them this morning on TV. So I'm like, oh, maybe that's the case. And then the Suns. I mean, this was probably like a month ago. I just had seen, I think on Instagram or something, who is like the Suns' main guy?
Well, they have Devin Booker, but also Chris Paul
is now there. That's right. And maybe like a Devin Booker was just owning up on, I guess, the Lakers or somebody.
Yeah, he's been going off.
Yeah. And so I kind of
well done. You got it.
Yeah. Real random. I pulled it out of the dark, but I found it.
Chris Paul, how is he close to where you were from?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's from his house, West Forsyth. He's probably 15 minutes away from where I grew up, and I actually got to meet him a few times during the whole training stuff at the D1 in Winston. I don't think it's there anymore, but got to meet him. Super nice guy.
There you go. There's Bryce Williams, NBA Finals update. By the way, Suns have a 2-1 series lead, Game 4 tonight in Milwaukee.
Okay, so I would have known that. But
next on the rundown that we didn't get to, bear down. There is a bear down from a tree.
No, there's no Chicago Bears news.
This is not regarding the Chicago Bears. This is regarding an actual bear in the state of North Carolina, which is interesting because my wife and I have been talking a lot about wildlife recently because of the field and fields behind where we live. There are tons of deer out there. She's recently seen some kind of odd species of squirrels and a lot of them around. She saw a snake yesterday. Wow. I had a dream that there were, and you can kind of see the deer on the edge of the field. So you see like a brown, orangish, whatever color you want to call them.
Yeah, with their color.
And you see a few of them. I had a dream where replace that with like cougars, like big cats, and it freaked me out to the point where now I'm kind of scared to even look in the field to see what we see. But I have seen bears back there before. Where does this bear story come to us from?
It comes out of Raleigh. And not just Raleigh, but outside of UNC Rex Hospital is where this bear was found in a tree. Now, how do you get a bear out of a tree?
Well, you could throw like a dart gun up there and
could do that,
or go that route.
I can think of one way, but unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to put them back in captivity.
Correct. There's that way.
Wherever
you can maybe lasso them down.
Get a foot.
You could chop the tree down. He
chop
falls
the
down.
tree down.
Nah, there's a few ways, Chandler.
Yeah, but now Greg Batts with the NC Wildlife Resources Commission went to Krispy Kreme and bought jelly donuts and also a can of sardines. And what he did with the donuts is that he squeezed the jelly out of the donuts at the base of the tree and then made a trail with the donuts. And they said about 12:35 a.m., I believe it was this morning, they found the bear roaming around the tree, eating the treats that were left for him. Which included donuts and sardines. Now, Greg Batts, stat to consider for Greg Batts.
The stat to consider.
He is 3 for 3 with getting bears out of trees.
Wow! Has he used the same technique every time, or does he mix it up?
I don't think so, but I guess that might be a way that Greg Batts gets bears out of trees.
Greg Batts knows what he's doing, and that I mean, it shows how similar we're mammals and how similar we are to bears.
If I was
would
stuck
get
in a
us.
tree,
Yeah.
I would go down for some jelly donuts.
You dang right.
I'm not sure about the sardines, but
no.
I just want to know what's going on in Raleigh that you had a zebra cobra loose for months and nobody knew about it.
Oh, I think I heard about that.
Yeah, and
Did we ever catch that? By the way?
Yes, it has been captured.
Greg
and,
Batts put out a few donuts.
Yeah, apparently.
Sardines.
It was reported missing, but it has come to light that snake actually had been missing for several months before it was discovered, and it's highly venomous and could potentially kill small children and animals. So you had a zebra cobra on the loose, and now you've got bears up in trees. What in the world is going on in the capital city is what I'd like to know.
We've got some jokesters in the Facebook live chat, Shirley.
I wonder if they're funny.
Greg Batts, more like Greg Bears. Says,
Was that supposed to be funny?
Is that supposed to be funny?
Was that supposed to be funny?
Steve Hill says, more bears in NC trees than I've been in the playoffs over the last 10 years.
Oh.
Fair weather, idiot. That's supposed to be funny?
That was good, Steve.
That was pretty good, Steve.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Bear in a tree, Bryce, and we got another animal story with Shirley Rhodes in just a moment. Bryce, and we'll get Pirate Radio Outdoors later too. In all your hunting expeditions, as you're looking for deer, other wildlife, have you come across any bears?
I have come across some bears. This was back in Craven County. And,
that's Bear City over there.
Yeah, so and a few other times, but I was up in just a normal ladder stand, and
so Bryce was in the tree this time.
I was in the tree, and I stayed.
How do we get him down?
And
jelly donuts.
Yeah, it would have got me down because I wasn't seeing anything besides a mama bear and two cubs. I've got a picture somewhere on my phone of where I threw my scope up and took the picture through the scope and everything. I wish I would have had a bear tag, but you can't shoot a mama bear. So unfortunately, I just had to watch them. And then when I got down to leave, I kind of just made some noise and they scurried off.
Now, what do you mean by that? Do you have to? I've heard that you did you do it really?
No,
because I've heard you have to get big.
They
right?
whistled or I did something, and they'll run off. And then a few other times in Fountain, I saw one in I was in a deer stand, and I think Jay was in another stand, and that same group I think passed him or something. So I've came across them. Nothing ever too close or anything. So.
You never want to see them, but I guess if you do, you'd probably rather just see one by itself. Once you get the kids involved, that's when they get a little.
That's when I'm like, but
I ain't gonna mess with them.
No, if I wouldn't mind bear hunting, but we'll see if it comes about. But I don't care to get too close to them if I don't have a gun.
I went to my a buddy of mine's house years and years ago, his parents' house actually in Plymouth, and they had this room, and on the ground had one of those bear carpets, basically, where it's laid out and it's got the head at the end.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd want to put it on the carpet though.
That's a little much.
Walk on them.
Yeah.
But I guess you could use the head as a pillow, like a neck rest, and you could sleep on a bear.
Take a little
but that's definitely not something you want to come across at 3 a.m. when you're bleary eyed and you're trying to find a snack in the fridge.
What if you stub your foot on the mouth?
That could happen too.
Did you say I got bit by a bear?
Yeah, I mean, I imagine that wouldn't feel as good as
Could you imagine coming home after a late night of finding Hogan's goat and then finding Hogan's bear on your floor
when you're not expecting it, or you invite a lovely lady over and do I have to have the bear pillow? I'm not sleeping on that. All right, so there's Bryce's bear story. Shirley, what other animal news do we have at this hour?
Well, there was a African wild cat that escaped from an Edgecombe County zoo, and there was actually film of it, and some people thought it was if you know what a serval is, it is a
Google it.
It is an African wild cat, and apparently a pig helped the cat escape the zoo.
Wilbur said, "Hey, come over here. I can help you get out.
So it looks leopardish.
Yes, and so there was this occurred near Pine Tops, and it was returned.
This cat is like 6'8" standing up.
Yeah, they are large cats. But however, that cat can be legally obtained, and you can actually legally have them as pets in the state of North Carolina.
Unlike a zebra,
a zebra cobra.
Have we not learned enough now that we just don't need to have exotic animals as pets?
Well,
we learned that from
maybe we do, Bryce.
I guess we do.
We learned that from Tiger King.
I'll take
it belonged to the owner of It's a Zoo Life, which is in Edgecombe County, and it's a petting zoo. And the owner said that the pig by the way, the cat's name is King Sparta, and a pig let King Sparta out of his enclosure. And but luckily the cat did not go very far. The owner actually called for the cat, and the cat came running back. And exotic animals are legal to own in North Carolina. This one is legally owned. But so yeah, I don't have. I wish I knew, but I did Google to try to see if I could get the information. I don't have the pig side of the story as to what his reasoning was behind letting King Sparta out. Because there are two sides of every story.
Yeah, we need to talk to the pig.
The pig was not interviewed. Apparently, King Sparta is now.
There was probably some kind of agreement,
You scratch my back out.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking the pig's like, look, I don't want to be bacon. You take out for a couple of hours. That'll draw them away from me.
They're gonna.
That's what I'm thinking.
Was it? What kind of pig let them out?
I'm assuming a normal pig. I don't know.
Why would a pig be a pet? Well, a farm.
It's a petting zoo. It's a petting zoo.
Like a farm petting zoo and an exotic. That's they're covering all the bases.
Sir, I actually know someone that has an African serval, and they can be domesticated, but they are typically found in Africa as wild cats, and they are large cats.
I'm looking at I guess this is the place, right? It's a Zoo Life. Yeah, 252 number.
Yeah, it's in Edgecombe County.
They have a gray wolf named Axel Rose.
Nice.
What is this animal, Bryce? Archie is.
Hold on.
A Patagonian cavy.
Patagonian cavy. It looks like a rabbit rat hybrid type thing.
Oh, it's in Macclesfield.
Leo the camel. Rachel Ray the spotted donkey.
Cool looking donkey.
Can the donkey cook?
And
is that a hit at Rachel Ray?
I don't know. That's kind of insulting, right?
Yeah.
To name your donkey Rachel Ray. So that's I don't know what else they have, but that is on their Meet the Animals page. So there you go.
MEAT.
Interesting.
You know how some news stations have like exotic animal keepers come in and show off?
Yeah. Like they used to always go on like Letterman. Who was the famous guy? Shirley. You might remember. I don't remember the name.
Was it
Steve Irwin? No, Jack Hanna.
Yeah, he would always come in with all his weird animals.
Maybe we should get somebody to do that here.
Yeah, we could come in. We got him on. But we'll do it when Bryce is here. He's got a lot of experience with wildlife.
Oh, there's a picture of him right here.
The pig?
No, not the pig.
Bryce really wants to know about this pig.
Well, I'm trying to find a picture of the pig. There's a goat. No, let's see. No pig. I don't see the pig.
You ever done any of that wild hog hunting there?
Never, but I would love to. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
I would love to do that. And I heard they taste really good.
Yeah.
I've actually had it one time, but it was actually really good. But I like to kill. I'd love. What would be sweet is to do it out of the airplane. I mean, a helicopter.
You like shoot out of the helicopter?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I saw a video last night of which my dad has a fish farm, tilapia. And when they bring them in, they're like super small. When they bring them in to fill the pools that my dad has, and you put like a big tube, and it connects to the truck, and they just shoot them through into the pool. I saw a video last night of a plane stocking a lake, and opened it up, and they all shot through the plane into the lake. I'll pull that video up.
Yeah.
It looked, I don't know how much, and it says the survival rate is quite high, and it kind of reminded me of when you shoot the fish through the tube into the pool. But this one, here you go, there it is.
Oh,
they just open up the bottom,
legit, real,
and they're high, and they're flying through the air, and then land into the lake. Interesting stuff.
Oh, by the way, I was looking at.
That's pretty cool.
It's a Zoo Life has 100+ animals, including zebras, lemurs, alpacas, llamas, kangaroos, sloths, Patagonian cavies, which you mentioned earlier, camel, coatimundi, which I'm not sure what that is, a porcupine, wolf, cockatoo, tortoises, along with many farm animals.
Chris, Pirate Radio listener, says this Zoo Life has a camel and zebra. I saw the lady shopping the other day and had a baby kangaroo in her arms walking around the store like it was nothing.
Hannah on Facebook Live says that there is a TV show on TLC, All Wildlife, and it's that zoo.
It is based on that zoo.
Oh,
yes,
wow. Really?
Yeah, it's a reality show. Yeah,
on It's a Zoo. That's cool.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't put two and two together, because I've actually seen that reality show and I didn't notice that it was the same place.
Well, there you go.
Pretty cool.
Talking animals.
You know what? Maybe that is why King Sparta got loose. Maybe this was the reality show bit that they needed.
This is like this is a storyline.
It's a storyline. The pig opened the gate and let King Sparta loose.
Yeah. You talk about some.
Yeah, I mean, because those reality TV show producers need some sort of storyline to get things going.
This is all of a sudden not as interesting anymore.
Nathan For You did this. Nathan Fielder, the comedian, had a great show. Everybody should watch it. But they created a viral video of there was a pig involved. Was it a duck saving a pig, or a pig saving a duck? But anyway, they set up the whole thing. It was fake and made it look real, and everybody just went crazy about it. So these things,
basically what we just did.
Yeah, I assume everything I see is fake now.
You know what? Unless you see it for your own eyes.
There you go.
And even sometimes then you can be tricked. So
let's we'll get a break in. We will come back. We'll have some Pirate Radio Outdoors. We'll recap a little bit of the Cliff Godwin conversation from Monday, and we'll talk about that. And
we also have a turf update.
Update. I love a good turf update.
And how many days we have until football season.
We'll have that and open up the booty bag. We got a ton to do in the last 35 minutes of the show. More to go on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get a 2021 GMC Acadia and save over $5,000 off. As always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
At US Cellular, we believe everyone should get more of the latest 5G technology for less of your hard-earned money. Right now, everyone can get a free smartphone, whether you're a new customer or not, with no trade-in or hidden fees. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find a store near you. We go beyond the call.
You've worked hard to start your business and working even harder to make it successful. And that's why it's important to have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from Select Bank and Trust, and as the business world throws you curveballs, we're here to be responsive to your needs. Our team of local bankers can make local decisions and cares about you, the customer. Get the business services that are right for your business today with Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select, member FDIC.
This is Dr. Phil Perdue with Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. My colleagues and I recognize how difficult this time is for everyone in our community. We continue to see patients during the week while taking precautions to keep everyone safe. Our extended care clinic is now open on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. so you can avoid the emergency department for your urgent orthopedic care. For more information, please contact us at 757-2663 or visit our website at orthoeast.com.
Ahoy, mateys! It's Captain Jack Spare of R&R Tire Express. We're here to serve our pirate community by offering easy payments for easy ownership. For you landlubbers, R&R will install a new set of tires for just $20. $50 installs new custom wheels and tires. To learn more about R&R, stop by 3920 US 264 or rnrtires.com.
Hi, this is Karen Staten with AG Home Solutions. Thinking of remodeling? We are your one-stop shop for all your home design needs. Our AG Home Solutions design team has over 25 years of experience. Need a new bathroom or kitchen? Looking to upgrade your cabinets, countertops, tile, or flooring? The Design Center is open to all homeowners and contractors. Call us for an appointment. Visit agshomesolutions.net and mention Pirate Radio to receive a $100 discount through the end of August. AG Home Solutions, turning your remodeling dreams into reality.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Warren's Hot Dogs, 2 locations are open for business in Greenville and Chocowinity. Both locations have drive-through windows, so stop by today for hot dogs, pizzas, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity, featuring homemade cheese, ham, and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's in Greenville, across from Ron Ayers Motorsports, and in Chocowinity next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some.
Hey Birdland, experience an Orioles game this season with the convenience and privacy of your very own suite. Choose from an array of options and prices to gather with family and friends or entertain clients. Each suite features climate-controlled interior seating, a private restroom, and comfortable outside seating. Plus, enjoy the best views of Camden Yards. Suites can accommodate 8 to 22 guests. Capacity is limited, so select your dates and purchase tickets now. Learn more about single-game suites at Orioles.com/suites.
This is ECU assistant football coach Roy Tesh, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Keep your vehicle clean with the Pirates Cove Car Wash Fast Pass. The Fast Pass allows you to have unlimited car washes every month at every location. Pirates Cove Car Wash has locations in Greenville on 10th Street, Fire Tower Road, and Memorial Drive. Pirates Cove Car Wash, the ultimate car wash experience, and the official car wash of ECU Athletics. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday. We were just talking about, and we might as well get to our countdown ready now. We're talking about how many days away there are to ECU football, also the NFL. 3 Thursdays from now, we'll have an NFL preseason game, which is crazy. The Cowboys and Steelers play in the Hall of Fame game. They report to training camp a week from today, Bryce. So it's starting to get a little bit real. How real is it for ECU football? We'll find out right now. And by right now, I mean...
I'm waiting on Chandler.
Right. Chandler has double duties here. He's got to get the camera right, and he's also...
There we go.
Got to show our watching audience.
Okay, you ready,
You
Chandler?
better not come out as normal Chandler.
This train's coming down the track.
Zach,
Let me tell you, the
where's this
caboose
Zach
may
on
be a
that?
little loose, but it likes to kick, stretch, and kick. I'm 50 years old.
Wow, 50 days away. Well done, Chandler.
Good
That was
job.
good.
That looked like a good high kick.
Got those yams.
50.
My hamstring.
He likes to kick and stretch.
Chandler on the DL after a high kick in the Pirate Radio studios.
You better be easy on that stretching.
Yeah, you're going to pull a hammy if you're not careful.
50 days. I remember when it was 100 and something. What day? The first time we started?
Well, when we started, we were close to 100, but you said like 190. I remember that.
Golly.
So it does go by fast when you shave off 140 days like that. So yeah, we are getting close, folks. Once you hit the 30s, it's like it might as well be here.
It's already here.
And in 10 days, We'll be a man.
We'll be a man, Mike Gundy. We'll be 40. So we are getting there, close to kickoff. ECU App State. Appalachian State, Bryce, a 12.5-point favorite against the Pirates.
Golly.
That scares me a little bit. Vegas knows their stuff.
Yeah, but. Dang.
You don't believe it?
I don't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
He's going to choose not to believe it.
I'm gonna stick to the to what I know in my gut.
That's all you can go by.
And that's the part.
What the gut's telling you. All right, Shirley, and we'll go back to football. I'll take it back to football, but little ECU baseball. If you still have the Cliff Godwin audio put up, I want to hear the couple of questions Troy D asked Cliff Godwin and his answers, and we'll relate it back to football with Bryce. But here was Cliff Godwin earlier this week when he was on Pirate Radio Live talking about this offseason and potential other opportunities that were out there for him.
Now, I want to talk about Gavin Williams. What a great moment for him last night. Connor Norby, all the other guys that are hopefully getting ready to have their names called too. But since you brought up last month, Coach, this is the first time we've talked with you since June. Wow, what a June. You ended up going to the Super Regional, lost such a tough series to Vanderbilt, who went on to almost win the national championship. As we know, they're the runners-up this year. And then your name was in the headlines all over the world of college baseball as one of the finalist for the LSU job. Serious question here. If you got extended the LSU job, are we even talking to Cliff Godwin today?
Well, first off, can we talk about the good stuff with how great our season was, since you haven't talked to me? And, our guys played awesome. I mean, at Vandy, and, the past two Super Regionals we've been a part of, and I didn't realize it until you kind of step away from it, but we faced 4 first-rounders in 4 games, so we have not had easy road to hoe, so to speak. So, but I thought our guys, we went toe-to-toe with, I guess, the second-best team in the country, which pretty impressive. Gavin Williams matched Kumar Rocker for pitch. If you could review a guy being a foot out of the box on a push bunt, then, maybe the game's different, but you can't. So, but I thought our guys were tremendous. And yes, my name was mentioned in the LSU search and others. And like I've told our guys before, the only reason my name is mentioned ever is because of the success that we've had on the field and off the field academically. And all the credit goes to our support staff and, just our coaching staff and our players, because they're the ones that are out there getting it done every day. And I'm 100% glad I'm a Pirate. And here we are today.
Well, first of all, great pivot on that, Coach. You're a pro, and we were going to get to the season too, but I had to ask the big question since that's what a lot of people want to hear about. And I will say this, and we've said it on the air, we said it off the air. One, we're so glad you're here and a Pirate, staying a Pirate. But let's be honest, it is a tremendous compliment to you and this program and what you've been able to build here in a relatively short amount of time to be considered for one of the top baseball jobs in the country. And it's still, wouldn't it have been hard to turn that down, Coach, if they had extended that?
Troy, I don't play in the world of what ifs. So that's, you're pulling a Tyler Feldman right now, no offense, but I don't know. I don't know the exact answer to your question. I mean, there's a lot of things that would have went into it. If you guys have ever doubted my commitment to East Carolina, I mean, I could have left for money a long time ago. So to be the head coach of ECU baseball, if I didn't think we could win a national championship here, I would have left a long time ago. I know we can. We're doing it the right way. That's why it hurts, man. That's why it hurts when we lose in a super regional. We're so close because we are doing things the right way. And I don't know better ambassadors for ECU in general, not just our athletic department, than the players that are playing within our program. They're not perfect, but man, to have a 3.41 team GPA for 4 straight years and host 3 regionals in a row, that's never been done before.
Cliff Godwin there on Monday's edition of Pirate Radio Live. You can check out the interview in its entirety, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you contain and listen to our audio. But Bryce, that's like the reality side of the business side of coaching, and you've been on these teams, and I've seen pictures and heard people talk about it where you go to your position coach's house and have a cookout, and you truly are a family. But there are others that maybe want the services of that coach that can pay a little bit more money than the current job. And now you played for Ruffin McNeil as the head coach of the Pirates, and he would have stayed at ECU the rest of his life, I would imagine. I don't know if there's another job he would have taken because that was his dream job as a former Pirate. But you did see it on the offensive coordinator side of things with Lincoln Riley.
Oh, yeah.
So are you even thinking about that at any point in time? Like, are we winning too much to lose a coach? Like, as a player, do you even think about that stuff?
I never really thought about it while I was playing. At the time, when I heard Coach Riley was going to Oklahoma, I was like, well, dang. And, that would have been nice to have him my senior year and everything. I guess because you spend so much time with those coaches, you kind of, not sad, but you're like, oh, man, what's the change going to be? What's going to happen? So it was a little weird, like, once the coach leaves, which Coach Riley was the only one I remember dealing with. Maybe one or two was in there. But you don't think I was much of a player, but now that, outside of that as a fan, I'm now a fan and want everything to go good for ECU. When you start seeing, like baseball, for instance, you're like, oh, man, are we – at times we're like, are we just like a stepping stone, for coaches? And, that's sort of what I've talked about some. But, I haven't seen it with football yet. I mean, I've seen coaches come and go. But,
well, before you were here and you were a fan at the time, right, Bryce?
Yeah.
I mean, Skip Holtz, his name would come up after every season.
Oh, yeah.
And if Mike Houston wins, we're going to have to worry about that.
Exactly.
As
so it's like we've waited so long for something to go good. Well, I guess, speaking of football, for the football to get back on track. And now, hopefully with Coach Houston having all the guys like who are his guys now and, have a good season here and then we start building up. It's like, can we keep something, I just lost the word, but I guess just keep stuff flowing with the original guys, staff that we have to, grow ECU football to, back to where we want it to be. So I definitely catch myself thinking about that way more now than I did during the time, just because.
And when Lincoln Riley left, like, what was was there a conversation? Was he just gone? Like, do you remember how that went?
No, there wasn't any team meeting, but I think he came into the locker room and it might have been like after a summer lift or whatever, spring lift or winter, whatever it was. I remember in the locker room he said bye to me, and I think he was making his rounds, just saying bye to everybody. It was good that at least cared enough to go say bye to us and stuff, just because we were with them for, I was with them for 3 years. Some other guys were 4 or 5 years.
Well, they got here in 2010.
He left
and went through the 2014 season, so 5 years.
5 years. So it's good to see that. I think if he would have just left, you're kind of just like, really? But thankfully he didn't do that. So
Bryce Williams joining us inside the Pirate Radio studios. We got to do Pirate Radio outdoors. We also, Shirley, you need to make somebody a winner. You want to do that right now? I do. Do you?
I want to.
All right. Bryce.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
Pizza on the line. Where's this pizza from, Shirley?
That would be Domino's.
Get the door. It's Domino's, your Pirate Pizza delivery experts. 3 locations in Greenwood to serve you. I am in Bud Light pregame tailgate mode with that read, Shirley. That was off the top of the dome.
Oh, well done.
It's getting near. It's coming. 50 days, in fact, away.
50 days, exactly.
Shirley, what caller number are we looking for?
I am looking for lucky number 7.
All right, number 7, and it can be yours. 317-1250, our booty bag giveaway of the day. When we return, we'll go Pirate Radio Outdoors with Bryce Williams when we come back on Pirate Radio Live after this. Down East Wood Ducks baseball is back. Come out Friday, July 16th for the Collard Green Hat Giveaway, presented by Piggly Wiggly, free to the first 1,000 fans. Be sure to purchase your game tickets in advance at woodducksbaseball.com or call the Wood Ducks offices at 252-686-5164. See you at Granger Stadium for Wood Ducks baseball all season long. Go Woodies!
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those, but anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
Ahoy, mateys! To keep those cars clean, you need the Pirates Cove Fast Pass.
Greenville's original express car wash is now offering a fast pass for as low as $19.99. That's one pass, 4 locations, and unlimited washes. Visit us in Greenville on Fire Tower Road, Memorial Drive, and East 10th Street, and also in New Bern on Glen Burnie Road. And by popular demand, Pirates Cove on Fire Tower Road is now offering interior cleaning.
So we have you surrounded. Pirates Cove, the official car wash partner of ECU Athletics.
Here today with Bench, also known as Eddie Losner to his friends and family. Why do you go to F3?
Well, if there's anybody out there listening who has a desire to become the best version of themselves, I would highly recommend F3. The workouts are open to everybody, to all men. They're free of charge, and they will improve the quality of your life in a lot of ways. If Troy D and Ellerby can do it, anybody can do it. Come join us in the gloom.
One letter, one number, F3. Learn more today at f3enc.com.
Ooh, look at all that Parmesan cheese on that papadilla. Our freshly folded flatbread filled with juicy meats and melted cheese now has a crunchy, toasty outside. Now that's what's poppin'. Order today at papajohns.com.
Hey, Pirate fans, order the new Parmesan-crusted papadilla for only $7. The new Parmesan-crusted papadilla is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
Hey, Troy D here for my friends at Villa Verde. If you know me, you know I love being outside, but finding a good place to eat outside can sometimes be tough. Well, our pals at Villa Verde have fixed that. Not only does Villa Verde have awesome, unique, one-of-a-kind dishes here in Greenville, they also have a brand new outside dining area. And this outside area is sweet. It's covered, you're in the shade, and cooling fans are on. Enjoy the comfort and relaxation of dining outside with our friends at Villa Verde. Villa Verde on 10th Street, a platform for good.
This is Stephen Igo. You've heard from me plenty on Pirate Radio Live and perhaps have read some of my work on hoistthecolors.net. Now, get an extension of our in-depth coverage on the Hoist the Colors podcast. From game previews to immediate post-game analysis to emergency podcasts for breaking news, we've got you covered. A cast of guest co-hosts from fans, former coaches, and other writers join me for 2 podcasts weekly to break down all things ECU athletics. Subscribe to Hoist the Colors now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
Pirate Radio.
We have a standard for the way you're going to play, and we're going to start making sure that we point out those that are meeting the standard, and everybody else has to rise to that. You have to. There is no choice. You have to rise to the standard, because the standard is what wins.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Thinking of remodeling your home or business? AG's Home Solutions has been serving the remodeling needs for Eastern North Carolinians since 2017. The company specializes in additions, kitchen and bath remodels, historic preservation, commercial upfitting, and new construction. AG's Home Solutions offers a full-service design center and showroom staffed with knowledgeable sales and design consultants ready to help with any remodeling project. Visit aghomesolutions.com to get started today. And congratulations to Drew Beecham of Greenville. Picked up a large 2-topping pizza from Domino's. Domino's of Greenville has 3 locations to take care of you. Every day, all 3 topping pizzas are only $7.99 each for carry out only. Order online today at Domino's.com. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Broad.
All right, thank you, Shirley Rhodes. Chandler Honeycutt here as well. Bryce Williams, former Pirate tight end, hanging out today on the program. We have talked. We talked sports with Jeff Charles. We did a Tulane preview, talking football. UCF preview, talking football as well. And all of the comments today have been about people dying, like Elvis, and about animals. That's what our audience wants.
Wow.
Death and animals.
Death and animals.
It's our
As
new,
long as it's not death to animals, I think we'll be fine.
a new format to the show. We have to talk about death and animals every day on Pirate Radio Live. Speaking of animals, Bryce Williams and death.
And
2 animals.
2 animals.
Bryce Williams is here with Pirate Radio Outdoors. We hadn't talked to you in a long time, Bryce. So go back in that big old brain of yours and try to remember everything you've done since we last chatted.
I think I've been fishing 4 or 5 times since the last time we chatted. So
no skunks.
No skunks, thank goodness. So I guess the first time we went fishing was of the break. You know, Jay and I, decided to go on a quick trip. Just around Moorhead and everything. And as a fisherman, we realized, well, man, which we kind of do this a lot, which is bad. Jay's like, we don't have a net. I'm like, dadgummit. So I'm like, whatever, let's just keep fishing. So we're fishing, and of course he hooks up on one and catches a slot redfish, which is anywhere from 18 to 27 inches. So catch a slot red, it's pretty cool. So we caught one. We were able to get him in the boat. Keep on fishing, catching some fish here and there, and I hook up on something. I'm like, okay, and get to the boat, and sure enough, I tell you, when you see a big flounder, they got this look in their head, just has that different look to where like, that's a big. I'm assuming it was probably anywhere from 8. I'm gonna say at least 18 inches, and that's a good size flounder. Well, flounder are absolutely notorious if you don't have a net to spit the hook, whatever you want to call it. But wouldn't you know, that means I haven't caught flounder that big, I think, in a long time. And sure enough, so I would get it, and Jay's just gonna, which I was kind of like, hindsight 2020, I probably had enough, could have tried and flipped him in the boat, which I probably should have, just to say screw it and flip it in the boat, but I didn't. And Jay comes in and tries to, I guess, flip it or grab it, but that flounder, and takes off. So I lost it there. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And then, so that was one day, and then we went.
Real quick on flounder. When I think flounder, I think Little Mermaid. It's a very cute fish in the movie. And I've eaten flounder.
Yeah.
I just now realize how, and no offense to the flounders out there, they are ugly fish.
They are hideous. Yeah, they're a cool looking fish.
Yeah,
but they are not a pretty. Like, they're not their faces. I think it's only a face a mother could love. Because
it's kind of like a frown, like a mobster style frowny face. It's an ugly fish.
They are. They're not there, but they're good to eat. They're a fun fight, especially when you get a good one. So I'm hoping to catch a big flounder.
Okay.
Soon. Well, then we go offshore, and we're going king fishing, and long story short there, we could not get out of the dang sharks. By the time you catch a shark, it's fun, but not when you're king fishing and they're daggum tearing, getting your bait and yada yada yada. But we were able to catch 1 king, some 2 big Spanish mackerel, then we bottom fished and caught some grouper, triggerfish, red snapper, so I had a good day there. And then I fished another time. And then pretty much I was catching fish, but like all the good fish, I tend to lose. So
one that got away.
Jake and I were fishing this past weekend, top water action on redfish, and which is a blast. And top water early in the morning, bam, bam, hook up on one, and it's, peel and drag, just a good old time. I know it's a big one. We got video of it actually. So I'm sitting there fighting it. It's probably a low 20s inch redfish. I'm sitting there fighting it, sure enough, and then I see another fin bite. I'm like, what the heck? Wouldn't you know it, another shark, probably about a 3.5 foot shark, is chasing my redfish. I'm like, son of a, I'll just say son of a gun is what I said out there, right?
Yeah.
And like, you gotta be kidding me. So I tighten my drag down and trying to muscle in to hurry up and get in.
Yeah.
You know, it breaks and pops the hook.
Sharks,
And I'm
lucky
like,
day.
You gotta be freaking kidding me.
Yeah.
And then Jake catches about a 26-inch redfish soon after that. I hook up on another one, comes off. Like, that topwater bite, it's either they got it really good, they miss it, or when you hook them, it's like not hooked as good or something. Seems to be the condition for me. And so did that, but then we went sheep's head fishing, caught some sheep's head. Jay caught some black drum. So, I mean, I haven't been skunked any, but I've been fishing. I'll be fishing this weekend. My dad and mom are coming down to Moorhead, so take dad fishing in the morning, Saturday morning.
God.
Yeah, they got
those sheep heads got human teeth.
Yeah, they eat like crustacean and stuff. Yeah, it's wild. They get big. I'm hoping I can get my dad on some fish Saturday morning on
there you go.
topwater redfish or sheep's head.
So is it like football? Like you're happy your teammate there got one, but you would have rather caught the touchdown yourself?
It can be when you're not catching. I mean, I would have loved to land my redfish.
Right.
But daggum, it was cool to see Jake get one. That's fun, and it's exciting when anybody lands a big fish. I mean, there's a percentage you're like, golly, like I had one. Like it was gonna be a great picture,
They went to the review booth. They said you were bobbling it. As your foot hit out of bounds, and it got away from you.
I know. It was freaking sharks. I was like, you gotta be freaking kidding me.
Bryce Williams, Pirate Radio Outdoors on today's edition of Pirate Radio Live. Shirley, let's get our final timeout in. We will come back and wrap it up for a Wednesday and let you know what's coming up Thursday when we return after this.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Summer is here and I want to invite your son to attend Cliff Godwin Youth Camps. We will offer 3 sessions the weeks of June 28th, July 12th, and July 26th. All camps will be held at Clark LeClaire Stadium and campers will get baseball instruction from members of the 2021 ECU baseball team. Campers will also play games and each camp ends with our famous Pirate Slip and Slide. Full day and half day sessions are offered. For more information, visit cliffgodwinbaseballcamp.com. See you there. Go Pirates.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers through the year of COVID. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
Save lives, be a hero, and make $1,000 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. At Grifols, it adds up fast. New donors can earn up to $1,000 in your very first month. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA, 505 South Memorial Drive, Greenville. Find your donor center at grifolsplasma.com. Make up to $1,000 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, a wave of refreshment. Crafted using our unique brew pure process. Made pure. Nothing tastes like White Claw Hard Seltzer.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, available in 5 fruit flavors, 2 grams of carbs, gluten-free, and 100 calories. Find it at whiteclaw.com. White Claw Hard Seltzer. Nothing tastes quite like it. Proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage. Please drink responsibly.
We paid how much for those lessons?
Shh, she's doing great.
Oh yeah, totally. Can you pass me a Pepsi Zero Sugar? Great job, honey! Oh, look at that. That's not the end.
No way. Now it's time for the encore.
You know what? You're right. 5 times? Not enough times.
For everyone who traded in rock concerts for their kids' recitals, you've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar. That's what I like.
Here is your ice-cold Pepsi Zero Sugar, sir. Oh, thanks. Wanna watch the game? Ooh, little sports ball on a Sunday afternoon. Don't mind if I do. Hey, did we win? It sounds like we won. It's still the first quarter. I must be lucky. People say that about me. Tough break on that free throw there. Shouldn't be doing that.
Dude, we're watching football. Come on. For everyone who spent the entire game explaining the entire game, you've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar. That's what I like.
The best place for delicious food and great prices is Familia. Familia has $6 lunch specials, a $10 pizza of the week, and every Thursday has $2 drafts all day. Sunday brunch is the best for food and family. Come and enjoy favorites like shrimp and grits, made-to-order omelets, French toast, and drink specials like $3 mimosas, beer mimosas, or $5 Bloody Marys. Familia, Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College, and FamiliaNC.com.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet. Then come find yours at Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville.
This is former ECU football player Bryce Williams, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Taking a look at your stock market report. The Dow was up 44 points at 34,933. The NASDAQ was up 25 at 14,900. And the S&P was also up 5 points at 4,374. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back to the show. Here's Clip Rock.
All right, back with you on Pirate Radio Live. Coming up on Thursday, Stephen Igo will be here. We will have our ECU offensive line / tight end preview. When will we have the next great tight end at East Carolina? Bryce Williams is that man at the moment, which is nice, Bryce, but it's about time to have another one, right? I mean, come on. A lot of years have gone by. Chandler, you mentioned Devon Drew. You go back a few years before Bryce. He was a difference maker at tight end. We finally have a full tight end room now, Bryce.
How many we got now? There's
about 20. And 2 more names. Jeez. Aaron Jarman, Zach Bird, Shane Calhoun, Ryan Jones, Brian Gagg has moved over there. And also we'll ask about Joseph Sampson, who is a tight end as well. So Mike Houston finally has a tight end room to work with this year, bro.
Sheesh, I'd say he's got plenty of them.
One of them's got to hit.
13, you better. My goodness, that wouldn't be a good percentage if they don't. We're going to be running some 13 personnel.
Yeah.
Tied in by committee.
Well, could be, or there could be a star out of this group.
That'd be nice.
We'll talk about it with Igo coming up on Thursday.
He might go. He's got a good number.
Number 80, Shane Calhoun.
Shane might get
Keep your eye on number 80, folks.
Yeah.
We'll talk to Malcolm Gray on Thursday. Troy D will be here. A lot coming up on Thursday's edition of Pirate Radio Live. Bryce, thanks for hanging out, man.
Thank y'all for having me.
All right, have a good rest of your week and weekend. We will talk to you next week. Chandler Shirley will see you Thursday, 3 o'clock for an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio,